I'm just gonna ask everyone to maybe, I'll call on you and then you can just tell us who you're reading and we'll just go around the circle. And I know some people maybe aren't super acquainted with each other. So I'll start with myself. I'm Jen and I'll be reading the stage directions. So I'll pass that on to MIKAELA.
Hi, I'm MIKAELA. I'm reading for Bella. Is anybody else like weirdly nervous? I'm kind of nervous.
Let's go to ALIYA.
Hi, my name's ALIYA Boulanger. I'm reading Billy Black and Waylon Forge.
Eric Vincent.
Hello, I have a question. Is this director-producer session or?
Yeah, they're just on standby. That's who Maria Zarillo and Raylene Harewood. They are the execs. So I hope you have prepared something really special for us.
My name is Eric Vincent. No, I'm reading Mr. Molina and Laurent, or Laurent.
Megan.
Hi, my name is Megan Drew, and I'm reading for Angela and Rosalie.
AIDAN.
Hi, my name's Ian Wright, and I'm reading for Charlie Daddy Swan.
NIKKI.
Hi, I'm NIKKI. I'm reading for Jessica and Alex.
Lauren.
Hey, I'm Lauren, and I'm reading for Eric and Emmett.
Darren.
I'm Darren Adams, and I'm reading for James.
Taryn.
Hello, I'm Taryn, and I'm reading for Cora and Victoria.
Noah, looking incredibly spiffy.
Hello, my name is Noah, and I will be reading for Phil and Dr. Carlisle Cullen.
So official.
I am a doctor, so.
Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin van ZYDERVELD. I will be reading for Rene and Esme.
Did you put those together on purpose?
Yeah.
I'm Renesmee.
Renesmee.
Oh, no.
Camille.
Hi, I'm Camille, and I'm reading for Edward. I'm so honored to be here.
I love it.
Dream for
It's a dream come true for her, really. Bennett.
Hi, I'm Bennett Taylor, and I'm reading for Blonde Number 1, Administrator, Telephone Operator, Tyler, Sam, Frat Boy, and Frat Boy 2.
Incredible. Next on my screen is Kate Boutilier.
Hello, I'm Kate Boutilier, and I'm reading for Jacob Black, Team Jacob for life.
Did you hear that, Camille? Whew, tensions are rising already. Stephen.
Hi, I'm Stephen Richardson. I'm reading for Mike and Jasper. And my Wi-Fi is shit, so if I randomly disappear, that's because my Wi-Fi is shit.
Okay, thank you for letting us know. Awesome. Okay. Well, if nobody has any further questions or concerns, I'd love to get started.
Yay.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. Fade in. Exterior Rainforest Olympic National Park, Washington. Moss-draped, shadow-drenched, tortured tree trunks twist upward, reaching for rare sunlight.
Never given much thought to how it would die.
Suddenly, every creature in the forest is deadly silent. Neither bird, beast, nor insect make a noise. A predator is near. Then, in the distance, hear a tiny snick, a twig snapping. Abruptly, we're on the move, fast. Trees start whipping past us at a dizzying speed. Branches are dodged with preternatural agility, and we're speeding up, chasing something. It's exhilarating, terrifying. Finally, up ahead, we get the first glimpse of our prey. A deer, running for its life as it darts through the maze of a forest. It sprints forward, but we gain on it. Beyond the deer, we see the forest edge ahead, white sunlight glowing against the trees. The buck races for the light. We're just behind it, about to emerge from the shadowy darkness. The deer leaps into the light in a high arc, hovering, suddenly, in slow motion, against the white glare of the sun. Then, bam! The deer abruptly plummets out of frame at an unnatural angle, leaving the white glare to fill the screen. hold on whiteness.
But dying in the place of someone I love seems like a good way to go.
Then into the whiteness steps the face of Isabella Swan, 17, eyes closed against the sunlight, absorbing its rays. Long, dark hair frames alabaster skin. She's a vulnerable, introverted, imperfect beauty.
So I can't bring myself to regret the decision that brought me here to die.
The background comes into focus as we realize we're now in exterior Scottsdale day. Bella stands at the end of a cul-de-sac on the desert's edge. The sun blazes behind her. She bends down and carefully scoops a tiny barrel cactus into a clay pot.
The decision to leave home.
She stares at the cactus in a state of reverie until...
Oh, that's...
blonde number 1.
Was I muted? Hello? Okay. Oh, wait, that's me. That's me. Oh, yeah.
The producers are not happy. I'll tell you.
Hi, Bella.
Bella's POV, McMansion across the street. 3 tanned, athletic blonde girls hop into a convertible Mercedes. They're flawless, bought and paid for a beauty contrast with Bella's pale naturalness. They wave.
Good luck at your new school.
They ad-lib superficial good wishes. Don't forget to write, we'll miss you. Bella waves back sweetly but half-heartedly as she steps off the curb.
Have a good... Oh.
And trips. When she writes herself, they're already gone.
Life.
Clearly not close friends. Bella's grown-up demeanor and innate intelligence become apparent as Bella's mother, Rene, mid-30s, exits their house. It's low rent for this ritzy neighborhood. Rene is eclectic, scattered, anxious, more best friend than parent. She thrusts a cell phone at Bella.
It won't work again, baby.
You put it on hold.
I did?
Look, you also called Mexico.
Rene pushes her playfully. They laugh.
I'll figure it out. You got to be able to reach me and Phil on the road. I love saying that, on the road.
Very romantic.
Phil, 31, good-looking with an athlete's body, exits the house carrying Bella's 3 suitcases with ease.
If you call crappy motels, backwater towns, and ballpark hot dogs romantic.
Puts his Phoenix Desert Dogs baseball hat on Renee's head with a kiss. Phil's love of Rene reassures Bella. Phil heads to the old station wagon to load the luggage while Rene slips her arm through Bella's, clinging to her as they walk to car.
Now, you know, if you change your mind, I'll race back here from wherever the game is.
But Renee's strained expression tells us what a great sacrifice that would be. Bella forces a smile.
I won't change my mind, Mom.
Oh, you might. You've always hated forks.
It's not about forks, it's about Dad. I mean, 2 weeks a year, we barely know each other. Mom, I want to go. I'll be fine.
But as Rene hugs Bella, we see the truth on Bella's face. Dread, doubt, regret. Off Bella, struggling to keep her facade up as she climbs into the back seat of the car. Bella's POV out the car window, Scottsdale. Bella, iPod, earbuds in her ears, gets a last glimpse of the sparkling malls, chic shoppers, manicured cactus gardens, until we are exterior above Scottsdale. The McMansions get smaller as we sweep over the scorched landscape, baking under a hot sun. Beyond the housing developments, see the rocky, dry desert extending for miles. Rise higher and higher still until we're finally suspended within the bright, perfect blue sky with only an occasional cloud. Slowly, the clouds start getting more numerous, thicker, darker, until we're completely immersed in them, the sun disappearing. Finally, we emerge from the clouds to find below, exterior Washington State, Olympic Peninsula, day. Nothing but deep, dark green forest for miles. Sweep down, finding the eerily dramatic Lake Crescent. Over it all hangs the mist from the ever-present cloudy gray sky. Everything is wet and green and drenched in shade. Find a 2-lane highway along which drives a police cruiser. Push in on the cruiser until we reach the passenger side window. Bella looks out, taking in her gloomy new surroundings. Interior police cruiser day. Bella sits next to her uniformed father, police chief Police Chief Charlie Daddy Swan, 40s, taciturn, introverted like Bella. Their strange silence contrasts Bella's relationship with her mother.
Your hair is longer.
Since last time I saw you.
Guess it grew out again.
She just nods.
How's your mom?
Good.
More silence. Yikes. They pass a sign. The city of Forks welcomes you. Population, 3,246. Bella sighs. Exterior Forks, Washington. As the cruiser drives through, Bella takes in this logging town. Every storefront has a wood carving. The Timber Museum sign is 2 loggers sawing a stump. The police station is a small wooden building across from City Hall. Charlie's house. The cruiser pulls up to the old 2-story house, a woodshed full of firewood. There's a small boat in the garage, fishing gear, an old buoy. Buoy? Buoy?
Buoy.
Boy.
Mhm.
Buoy.
Boy.
Bella climbs out. Home. Exterior Charlie's house. The cruiser pulls up to the old 2-story house, a woodshed full of firewood. There's a small boat in the... Wait, I already read that. Interior Charlie's house. Bella and Charlie carry in her bags. The house isn't stylish. The only new thing here is a flat-screen TV, but it's comfortable, lived in. Lots of fishing memorabilia. Photos of Charlie fishing with Cullen Indian Billy Black. Handmade cards to Daddy, and photos of Bella. She winces at herself, age 7, in a tutu, sitting stubbornly on the ground.
I put Grandpa's old desk in your room, and I cleared some shelves in the bathroom.
That's right. 1 bathroom.
Bella's eyes land on a photo of a much younger Charlie and Rene on vacation, beaming with love.
I'll just put these up in your room.
I can do it.
They both reach for the bags, bumping one another awkwardly. Bella backs off, letting Charlie carry the bags upstairs. Bella's room, day. An antique roll-top desk sits in a corner. The room is filled with childhood remnants that have seen better days. As she unpacks a CD case, loneliness finally overwhelms her. She sits heavily on the edge of a bed, tears threatening. When we hear a honk outside, Bella runs across the hall and looks out the window to see a faded red truck, circa 1960, pulls up. Exterior Charlie's house. Bella exits to find Charlie greeting the driver, Jacob Black, 16, Cullen Indian, amiable with long black hair and hints of childish roundness in his face. The two of them help Jacob's father, Billy Black, into a wheelchair.
Bella, you remember Billy Black?
Glad you're finally here. Charlie hasn't shut up about it since you told him you were coming.
Keep exaggerating. I'll wheel you down the hill.
Right after I ram you in the ankles.
Billy takes several rolls at Charlie, who dodges. Jacob shakes his head at their two fathers as he shyly approaches Bella.
I'm Jacob. We made mud pies together when we were little kids.
Yeah, I think I remember. Are they always like this?
It's getting worse with old age.
Charlie then Charlie then pats the hood of the truck, addressing Bella.
What do you think of your homecoming gift?
No way. The truck is for me?
Just bought it off Billy here.
I rebuilt the engine and...
It's perfect.
She beams. It's the first genuine smile we've seen on her. She rushes to the truck. Jacob eagerly joins her.
Okay, so you gotta double pump the clutch when you shift, but
He hands her the keys as she climbs in.
Maybe I could give you a ride to school?
I go to school on the reservation.
Too bad. Would have been nice to know at least one person.
As she starts up the truck, we match cut to exterior Forks High School, Bella's truck day. Loud, belching and turning heads as Bella parks, mortified. All eyes are on her as she climbs out of her truck and steps in a puddle, soaking her sneakers. She slinks toward school as we begin. Interior High School, a series of shots, day. Bella, never without her iPod, makes her way through kids who stare openly. A few brave ones say hi. They're all talking about her. This is her hell. Bella wanders the walkways looking for room numbers, lost. Constant stares at Bella, the outsider. Series ends when a sweet, nerd-cute, motor-mouthed boy, Eric, appears in her path.
You're Isabella Swan, right? The new girl? Hi, I'm Eric. The eyes and ears of this place. Anything you need. Tour guide, lunch date, shoulder to cry on.
Bella just looks at him. Is he for real?
I'm kind of the suffer in silence type.
Good headline for your feature. I'm on the paper. And your news, baby. Front page.
No, I'm not news. I'm seriously.
Whoa, no. Chillax, no feature.
Would you mind just pointing me toward Mr. Verner's class?
He leads her way, enjoying the attentive stares as she cringes from them.
You've missed a lot of the semester, but I can hook you up. Tutor, cliff notes, medical excuse.
Interior gym day. The boys' basketball game runs drills on half the basketball court. A girls' volleyball game occupies the other half. Bella, in gym clothes, avoids the volleyball like it's radioactive. An energetic athletic team captain, Jessica, motivates the players.
Block it, Chloe! Yeah! Good attack!
Unfortunately, the volleyball heads towards Bella. She closes her eyes and flails at it, smacking it. It flies off court and beans a basketball player in the head. He is Mike Newton, good-looking, affable, with blonde, spiky hair.
Ow!
Are you all right? I warned them not to make me play.
It's only a flesh wound.
Mike grins and she smiles, relieved. A bell rings. Class over.
You're Isabella, right?
Just Bella.
I'm Mike Newton.
He looks at her a second too long, clearly taken by her. Suddenly, Jessica appears, stepping between them, subtle but possessive as she nudges Mike.
She's got a great spike, doesn't she? So, you're from Arizona, right? Aren't people supposed to be tan down there?
That's why they kicked me out.
Mike laughs, and because he does, Jessica does too. Bella just feels uncomfortable with the attention. Interior cafeteria day. Follow Bella, Mike, and Jessica as they carry their trays to a table. Eric appears and squishes into a seat next to Bella.
Mike, you met my homegirl, Bella.
Your homegirl.
It's first grade all over again, and you're the shiny new toy.
Bella smiles awkwardly. Suddenly, a flashbulb blinds Bella. She looks up at the photographer, Angela, Jessica's sweet, low-key, insecure friend.
Sorry, needed a candid for the feature.
Feature's dead, Angela. Don't break it up again. I got your back, baby.
Guess we'll just run another editorial on teen drinking.
Sorry. There's always eating disorders or Speedo padding on the swim team.
Wait, that's a good one.
But Bella's attention is now riveted to Bella's POV, the double doors of the cafeteria. They swing open as four of the most astounding people Bella's ever seen enter in slow motion. The Cullens. 2 guys, 2 girls, all chalky pale, purplish shadows under their eyes, and all devastatingly beautiful. They move through the room with effortless grace and take a seat at a table furthest from Bella's. Bella leans over to Jessica and Angela.
Who are they? Angela, who are they?
Oh, I said it. The Cullen.
Oh.
Jessica leans in, swinging into gossip mode.
Dr. and Mrs. Cullen's foster kids. They all moved down here from Alaska 2 years ago.
They kind of keep to themselves.
Because they're all together. Like, together. The blonde girl, Rosalie, and the big dark-haired guy, Emmett.
On Rosalie, 18, long blonde hair, model beautiful, knows it. Alongside her is Emmett, 17, big, brawny like a weightlifter, but a playful glint in his eye.
They're a thing. I'm not even sure that's legal.
Jess, they're not actually related.
But they live together. And the little dark-haired girl, Alice, she's really weird.
On Alice, 17, pixie-like, rail-thin, light on her feet with short black hair going in every direction. She hovers over Jasper, 18, honey blonde hair, tall, lean, slightly tortured.
She's with Jasper, the blonde, who looks like he's in pain. I mean, Dr. Cullen's like this foster dad / matchmaker.
Maybe he'll adopt me.
Bella laughs, liking her, then sees the last Cullen to enter. Edward, 17. Lanky with untidy bronze-colored hair. He seems inwardly turned, mysterious, more boyish than the others, but the most striking of all. Bella can't take her eyes off of him.
That's Edward Cullen.
Suddenly, Edward looks over as if he heard Jessica from across the room. His eyes meet Bella's, but he seems confused. Bella quickly looks away.
He's totally gorgeous, obviously. But apparently no one here is good enough for him. Like I care. Anyway, don't waste your time.
I wasn't planning on it.
But Bella can't help but peek at Edward again. He's staring at her outright now, with a slightly frustrated expression that unnerves Bella. She hides behind her hair. Interior biology class day, a room of blacktop lab tables, 2 to a table. Bella and Mike enter. Mike takes his seat and points her toward Mr. Molina, Birkenstocked, enthusiastic science teacher at the head of the class. As Bella moves to the teacher with her class slip, she notes, Edward. His back to her, sitting at a front table. But as she passes Edward's table, in slow motion, we see the breeze she creates when she lifts a piece of paper next to Edward. We're still on his back as he inhales, then abruptly stiffens. He grabs onto the edge of the table, crumbling it slightly. No one notices. Mr. Molina takes Bella's class slip.
Welcome, Miss Swan. Follow along as best as you can until you get caught up.
Mr. Molina gestures to the only empty seat, next to Edward. But as Bella approaches, she's taken aback when, on Edward's face, he slowly looks up at her, his eyes coal black with repulsion, fury, if looks could literally kill. Bella knocks someone's book back off their chair, replaces it, mumbling an apology, then slinks reluctantly into her seat. Edward jerks away from her to the extreme edge of his chair.
Today, we'll be observing the behavior of planaria, aka flatworms.
As Mr. Molina distributes 2 Petri dishes per table.
We're going to cut them in half, then watch them regenerate into 2 separate worms.
Bella glances at Edward, who averts his face, holding a hand over his nose as if he smells something horrible. Bella, shrinking suddenly, sniffs the air, smells nothing. Then she sniffs her hair. It's fine. She's perplexed. Mr. Molina hands Edward 2 Petri dishes.
Yes, folks, zombie worms. They just won't die.
Edward takes a dish, then slides the second one across the table to Bella as if she had Ebola. She takes her dish and makes a dark curtain of her hair between them. She can see Edward's hands under the table, clenched into fists. Off Bella, utterly baffled and deeply insecure. Interior high school hallway day. As the bell rings, Edward bolts out the door. Other kids and Bella exit a moment later. Bella looks down the hall. He's gone. Interior administration office day. Bella enters but nearly turns and leaves when she sees Edward sweet-talking the enchanted female administrator, 40s. He doesn't see Bella enter.
There must be something open 6th period. Physics, biochem.
No. Every class is full. I'm afraid you'll have to stay in biology. I'm so sorry.
Bella blanches. The administrator sees her and gestures for her to wait a minute, but Edward suddenly straightens as if sensing Bella. He slowly turns to glare at her with piercing, hate-filled eyes. She backs to the wall, hugging herself, suddenly chilled with fear.
I'll just endure it.
He strides out the door, off Bella, exterior high school day. Edward climbs into a shiny new silver Volvo with the Cullens, while Bella, upset, hurries to her truck. The many eyes still watching her add an insult to injury. Finally, she reaches her truck and closes the door. Her eyes well, but she fights it, getting mad.
Jerk.
As she tries to start the car, choking the engine, we begin to hear a man's ragged, frightened breath. Security guard. In the darkness, extremely tight on his terrified face, sweat dripping, breathing in short gasps, trying desperately not to make a sound. Interior Grissom Mill, late afternoon. He's crouched in a dark corner, but then he sees a shadow move blindingly fast past him. He jerks around, then another shadow flies past, too fast to follow. He bolts. He runs up a flight of stairs, harsh lights from the exterior of the mill striating him. He moves as fast as humanly possible. On the security guard from several floors below. Unknown POV charges after him at an inhuman speed through this maze of pillars and walkways. We dodge skull-crushing beams, leap from one floor up to the next, up ladders, scaffolding, beams, up and up, getting closer and closer to the security guard, who desperately runs for his life, looking over his shoulder with terror. Unknown POV is closing in on him, but then he bolts out a door, exterior mill. The guard bursts out into a stair landing, but loses his footing and trips, breaking through the rail and pitching over the side into the air and stops, hovering mid-air, a yard from the landing. A hand grips his shirt, then yanks him out of the air and out of frame with incredible strength. His guttural scream is choked short as blood sprays the landing. Smash cut into interior Forks coffee shop on a top sirloin steak as it is set in front of Charlie. He shares a table with Bella, include the waitress, Cora, 30s. She beams at Bella as she sets a plate of cod in front of her. Several loggers at the counter offer Bella welcoming smiles. She shrinks in her seat at the attention. Charlie's oblivious.
I can't get over how grown up you are and so gorgeous.
Bella glances at Charlie, who keeps his eyes on his steak. A bearded hippie logger, Waylon Forge, 50, appears behind Cora, leaning over her shoulder to Bella.
Remember me, honey? I was Santa one year.
Waylon, she hasn't had a Christmas year since she was 4.
But I made an impression, though.
You always do. Oh, that's not my line. Sorry, Daddy. Let the girl eat her cod, Waylon. When you're done, I'll bring you your favorite, berry cobbler. Remember, your dad still has it every Thursday.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Cora shoos Waylon away. Left alone now, Charlie and Bella both reach for the salt, knock hands. Charlie goes for the ketchup instead. Silence as they eat. A burst of laughter from a nearby happy family only serves to emphasize their discomfort. Bella tries to bridge the gap.
So, you eat here every night?
It's easier than washing dishes.
I can cook.
He looks up as if confused by the concept.
I do the cooking at home in Phoenix, but Mom's not great in the kitchen.
I remember.
They both laugh, recalling an especially bad dinner.
How's school? Meet anyone?
A few people. Do you know the Cullen family?
Are people talking about them again?
No. Well, a little.
Just because they're newcomers. We're lucky to have a surgeon like Dr. Cullen in our Paddock hospital. Lucky his wife wanted to live in a small town. Lucky his kids aren't like a lot of the hellraisers around here.
Okay.
I just don't like narrow-mindedness.
And he returns to his food. Silence. Interior Bella's room, night. Bella looks out at the fog as she talks on the phone.
If spring training goes well, we could be living in Florida permanently.
Please insert 25 cents to continue.
Mom, where's your cell?
Okay, I didn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
We get the point.
Okay, I didn't lose my power cord. It ran away screaming. I literally repel technology now.
Bella smiles, missing her mom. Rene feeds the phone quarters.
Now, tell me about your school, baby. What are the kids like? Any cute guys? Are they being nice to you?
They've all been really welcoming.
Push in on Bella's face, getting mad all over again as we flash pop to Edward's face, his cold black eyes, the fury smashed to exterior high school morning before school. On Bella sitting atop a table, an open book in her lap, but her eyes are on the arriving kids and the parking lot as they pull in. She's waiting for Edward. Jessica, Angela, Mike, and Eric kick around a soccer ball nearby. They wave Bella to join them, but she smiles, declining, and returns to watching for Edward. Her face tells us she's ready for a confrontation. Interior biology class, same day. Bella strides in, but stops, surprised to find her lab table empty. Off Bella, frustrated. Begin a series of scenes over several days. Interior cafeteria, different day. Bella sits with Jessica and Angela, who watch a YouTube video on their phone. Bella gives it a cursory look, but is focused on the Cullen table. Only 4 of them. Edward's seat is empty. Interior girls' bathroom, different day. Bella washes her hands, then looks up at the mirror, startled to find Rosalie and Alice behind her. They study Bella. Rosalie with chillingly cold eye. Alice with curiosity. Bella, uneasy, hurries out. Exterior Forks High School, another different day. Bella exits with Angela, Mike, Jessica, and Eric, becoming a part of this circle. She now only glances at Rosalie's car, a red M3 BMW as it drives past, noting again, 4 Cullens, no Edward. Bella returns to her friends, finally forgetting about him. Series of scenes ends as we go to Charlie's living room, morning. It's rearranged more attractively. Clearly, Bella's given it her touch. She sweeps through, folding Charlie's fleece jacket, straightening up. She grabs her book bag.
Dad, I'm heading out.
Charlie's house continuous, exterior morning. On Bella's face as she opens the door and stops, dismay filling her. It's pouring down rain. The yard is full of puddles, some frozen. Bella shivers, wraps her coat tight.
Great.
Whip pan to the driveway as Charlie pulls in, driving her truck.
Dad, I can drive myself to school.
As she walks down the steps, she doesn't realize something's watching her. Unknown POV from the trees, tracking Bella's every move as she slips and falls on a patch of ice. Back on Bella, fallen on her ass. Charlie climbs out of the truck, helps her.
You okay, Bells?
Ice doesn't help the uncoordinated.
That's why I got you new tires.
She looks over at the truck. Yep, 4
Yeah,
new
the old-
tires.
The old ones were nearly bald.
You got me new tires. No one's ever done that before.
Charlie looks at her, confused.
I mean, nothing.
He clearly doesn't get it as he heads toward his cruiser.
I'll be late for dinner. I'm heading down to Mason County. Like security guards at the Grimm's mill got killed by some kind of animal.
Unknown POV again on Bella and Charlie as he speaks.
An animal?
Yeah, you're not in Phoenix anymore, honey. They've been hunting it for a week with no luck. Thought I'd lend a hand.
Be careful.
Always am.
Back on Bella.
And thank you for the tires.
He sees the emotion in her eyes, doesn't understand it, but nods, heads inside. Bella looks at the tires again, oddly moved. We go to interior biology class day. Rain beats on the roof as Eric walks Bella into class. She brushes water off her coat as he chats her up.
And yeah, prom committee is a chick thing, but I gotta cover it for the paper anyway, and they need a guy to help choose the music, so I need your playlist.
Bella is about to respond when Mike comes up behind her. Mike?
Sorry, I faded out. Is that me?
Yeah. I think
Come on,
so, yeah.
Arizona, give it up for the rain.
And he shakes his wet baseball cap onto Bella's head.
Terrific.
She heads toward her seat, brushing off her hair, but she freezes when she sees Edward. Bella straightens, girding herself, then strides to the table and confidently drops her books down, ready to address him. But he looks up at her.
Hello.
Bella stops, stunned. He is direct, precise, as if every word is an effort for him.
I didn't have a chance to introduce myself last week. My name is Edward Cullen.
She's too shocked that he's talking to her to answer.
You're Bella.
Yes.
Feeling like an idiot, she quickly sits. He abruptly moves to the extreme edge of his seat. She's even more baffled now.
Oh, onion root tip cells. That's what's on your side. That's what's on your slides. Separate and label them into the phases of mystices. The first partners to get it right win. The golden onion.
He excitedly holds up a spray-painted onion. Everyone just looks at him. He's disappointed by their apathy.
Come on, people. TikTok.
Everyone sets to work. Edward pushes the microscope to Bella, keeping his distance, his voice controlled.
Ladies first.
She grabs the microscope defensively and snaps the first slide in, adjusting the lens. She's curt as she addresses him.
You've been gone.
Out of town for personal reasons.
She glances at him, but he just leans far away, his face tight. She looks back into the microscope.
Prophase.
She begins to remove the slide.
May I look?
She slides him the microscope. He glances through the lens.
Prophase.
Like I said.
He writes it on the worksheet. Then he takes a breath as if trying to calm himself and turns to her with enormous effort.
Enjoying the rain?
Seriously? You're asking me about the weather?
It appears.
No, I don't like the cold, or the wet, or the gray, or parkas, or turtlenecks.
Is that a smile playing on his lips? For the first time, he seems more intrigued than agonized. He studies her. She still can't tell if he despises her or not. It's infuriating.
What?
He shakes his head.
What?
He He shakes his head and turns to the microscope, switching out the slides. She looks at him and keeps looking. Bella's POV on Edward's face. His cheekbones, his lips, so perfect, like a sculpture.
Anaphase.
She snaps out of it, covers with a dry look.
May I? Anaphase.
I said.
She glances at him and this time sees a smirk. She simply holds out her hand for another slide.
If you hate cold and rain, why move to the wettest place in the continental U.S.?
It's complicated.
I think I can keep up.
He actually seems interested. She looks into the microscope as...
My mother remarried.
Very complex. So you don't like him?
Phil is fine. Young for her, but nice enough. Interface.
We cut on the school bell. As we go into interior high school hallway, moments later, Bella exits holding the golden onion and practically runs into Edward, who's directly in front of her.
Why didn't you stay with your mom and stepdad?
He waits for her answer, studying her as if trying to decipher her. She's drawn in by his attention, oddly compelled.
All right. Phil's a minor league baseball player, so he travels a lot. My mother stayed home with me, but it made her unhappy. So I decided to spend some time with my father.
But now you're unhappy.
No, I just...
Bella turns away, embarrassed, vulnerable.
I'm just trying to figure you out. You're very hard to read.
He's clearly trying to read her now. Their eyes meet again, but now she looks more closely at him.
Did you get contacts?
No.
Your eyes were black before. Now they're this golden brown, or...
Fluorescence.
He abruptly turns and walks away. As he does, Bella notes, his hands clenched into tight fists. Off Bella, utterly bewildered, both intrigued and frustrated. Exterior high school parking lot day. The rain has stopped, but the parking lot is full of water and patches of black ice. Shivering, Bella heads for her truck, carrying the onion, carefully navigating the icy puddles. As she reaches her truck, she looks across the lot. Edward stands by a silver Volvo with his siblings, about to climb in. A moment, as their eyes meet. Then he looks toward the sound of a high-pitched screech that quickly grows louder. Bella turns to see a van skidding on the ice, careening out of control, heading directly for her. Time suddenly fractures, compressing to stillness, then exploding in bursts of speed as the faces of the students, in shock, seeing what's coming. The van driver's face, Tyler, desperately trying to gain control, then shielding his face. Edward's face, looking at Bella with horror. The van is about to hit Bella's truck, with her standing in between, then suddenly something knocks Bella down, pinning her to the ground. She looks up. Edward is on top of her. The world around them freezes. In this fraction of a second, their proximity is overwhelming, electrifying. He breathes in her scent. She takes in his flawless face. Abruptly, we blast back to speed as several things happen so quickly, we and Bella are unsure what is going on. The van smashes into the back of Bella's truck, then spins around, once again careening toward her and Edward, and then suddenly Edward's hands are creating a deep dent in the side of the van's body as it shudders to a stop. A foot from Bella. Edward literally pushes the van away. Then silence, a long beat void of any sound as Bella looks at Edward, trying to absorb what just happened. Edward's fear for her is still alive on his face. She starts to speak, but the screaming begins. Yelling, calls for help. People leap to Tyler's aid, run to Bella and Edward. Bella sees the onion on the ground, smashed as she would have been. As everyone sweeps in, Edward moves into the background. Mike and Eric run to Bella.
What happened? Did everyone see what happened?
Amid the chaos, Bella sees Edward's sibling looking at Edward, but they show no hint of concern for his safety. Instead, they look at him with disapproval and fury. Interior hospital treatment area day. The double doors burst open as Charlie runs in, face white with terror. He spots Bella sitting on a gurney, the ER doctor looking into her eyes with a pen light. On the next gurney, over, Tyler, the van's driver, lies with a mild head wound. Charlie rushes up.
Els, are you all right?
I'm fine, Dad. Calm down.
I'm so sorry, Bella. I tried to stop.
Okay, Tyler.
It sure as hell is not okay.
Dad, it's not his fault.
We nearly lost you.
But you didn't.
He'd hug her if that was who he was or who she was. Instead, he glares at Tyler.
You can kiss your license goodbye.
I heard the chief's daughter was here.
They look up as Dr. Carlisle Cullen, mid-30s, approaches. Blonde, movie star handsome. His face is kind, but pale, tired.
Good. Dr. Cullen.
I've got this one, Jackie.
The ER doctor hands Dr. Cullen the chart, exits. Dr. Cullen reviews her chart, then feels the back of her head as...
You have a nice knot growing back there, but your x-rays show no indication of concussion.
I'm so sorry, Bella. I'm really,
Charlie abruptly pulls the curtain between them.
Would have been a lot worse if Edward hadn't knocked me out of the way.
Edward, your boy.
Dr. Cullen quickly looks back at the chart. Bella's intuition flickers, sensing he knows something. She presses.
It was amazing. He got to me so fast. He was nowhere near me.
As long as you're safe.
Interior hospital reception day, Charlie and Bella exit the treatment area.
If you have to sign some paperwork, you better call your mom.
You told her? She's probably freaking.
He shrugs and hurries off. Bella shakes her head, pulls out her cell phone, is about to dial, but then sees down the hall Edward, Rosalie, and Dr. Cullen. Rosalie is clearly furious at Edward, who stands his ground. Dr. Cullen plays intermediary.
Isn't just about you. It's about all of us.
Dr. Cullen sees Bella and stops Rosalie.
Let's take this in my office.
Rosalie glares at Edward as she goes off with Dr. Cullen. Edward adopts a nonchalant air as Bella approaches, determined.
Can I talk to you for a moment? How did you get over to me so quickly?
I was standing right next to you.
You were next to your car, across the lot.
He steps closer to her. His expression turns icy hard.
No, I wasn't.
She won't be bullied. Steps closer to him.
Yes, you were.
You're confused. You hit your head.
I know what I saw.
Then what exactly was that?
You stopped that van. You pushed it away.
No one will believe that.
I wasn't planning to tell anyone.
This registers with Edward. They're inches from each other. The tension thick.
I just want to know the truth.
Can't you just thank me and get over it?
Thank you.
A long beat as they look at each other. Angry, defensive, and without a doubt, attracted.
You're not gonna let it go, are you?
No.
Then I hope you enjoy disappointment.
Why did you even bother?
He stops, a beat, looks back at her, unexpectedly vulnerable.
I don't know.
And he keeps walking. Off Bella, confused, frustratingly attracted, and absolutely determined to find out the truth.
That was the first night I dreamed of Edward Cullen.
Dream sequence underwater. Bella swims, white skin aglow, hair floating weightlessly, sensually. Suddenly, something blasts past her. She spins, it's gone. Something blasts behind her. She spins again to find herself face to face with Edward. Bella reaches for him, but he abruptly springs backward, just out of reach. When we smash cut to interior Bella's room on Bella nighttime as she bolts up awake. In that split second in the darkness, she sees Edward watching her. She snaps on the light. The room is empty. Was she dreaming? Exterior high school parking lot day. Bella stands in the exact spot of the accident. Behind her on the lawn, several classes congregate, gathering for a field trip. Mr. Molina is in charge.
Make sure I get your permission slips.
Pushed in on Bella's face, staring at the skid marks on the pavement. Flash pop to the van, reeling right for her. Flash pop to Edward's hands, stopping the van. Flash pop to Edward on top of her. The proximity. Electricity. Back on Bella, blushing at the memory. Then she sees Edward arrive with Alice and Jasper. She watches him, barely noticing Mike trots up to her.
Look, you're moving! You're alive!
Yeah, false alarm.
Actually, I'm glad you're not dead, because well, that would suck. Plus, I wanted to ask you, even though it's like a month away.
But Bella's distracted by Edward. Mike's voice dips as Bella's point of view across the lawn. Edward, head down, is in quiet conference with Jasper and Alice. Abruptly, he looks up, as if listening to her and Mike, though he's too far away to hear. Bella quickly refocuses on Mike.
So, what do you think? You want to go to prom with me?
Prom, as in dance. I have to go to somewhere, to Jacksonville. Yeah.
You can't go another weekend?
Non-refundable ticket. Maybe you should ask Jessica.
Mike follows Bella's eyes way across the lawn to Jessica. She smiles at them. Suddenly, Edward crosses in front of Jessica. He seems to be smirking. Interior Community College Greenhouse Field Trip Day. Mr. Molina and a tour guide lead several dozen kids through the greenhouse. Bella keeps an eye on Edward, who's up ahead with Alice and Jasper. Mr. Molina demonstrates the compost machine as the students mess around.
Come on, Eric, stuff that compost down deep. That's it. Now, Tyler, take a big steaming cup of compost tea. This is recycling at its most basic level. Hey, don't drink that.
When Bella sees Edward pause by an ancient staghorn fern alone, she takes a breath of courage and strides up to him.
Hello, Edward.
He glances at her, merely nodding. We notice his fists clench and unclench. Bella looks at him, appalled by his rudeness.
Really?
No response. She turns, starts to walk away.
What's in Jacksonville?
She turns back to him.
How did you know about that?
You didn't answer my question.
You haven't answered any of mine. You won't even say hello.
Hello.
How did you stop that van?
Adrenaline rush. Very common. Very common. Google it.
Flirtians. That's what's in Jacksonville.
She turns to storm off, but she stumbles over the irrigation hose. Ugh. Edward steadies her, catching her scent, still so powerful. He clenches his jaw.
It helps if you actually watch where you put your feet.
Insulted, she keeps moving. He keeps pace, serious now.
I know I've been rude, but it's for the best.
She just looks at him like he's crazy. He walks away as Jessica suddenly rushes up.
Guess who just asked me to prom?
Bella smiles.
I totally thought Mike was going to ask you, Bella. Is it going to be weird?
No way. Zero weirdness. You guys are great together.
You know, right?
Giddy, Jessica rushes to catch up with Angela. Bella heads out the door that leads to Exterior Community College Greenhouse, the buses, where everyone's looking at the compost worm box, grossing each other out with the slimy creatures. As Bella backs away, Edward steps up.
Bella, it would be better if we weren't friends.
Too bad you didn't figure that out earlier. You could have let the van crush me. Saved yourself all this regret.
You think I regret saving you?
I know you do.
You don't know anything.
His harshness stings her. Suddenly, Alice appears at Edward's side. She eyes Bella with curiosity.
Oh, the bus is leaving. Hi, will you be riding with us?
No, our bus is full.
He purposely walks Alice away, but he glances back at Bella with, is that remorse? She doesn't see it. Interior Charlie's house kitchen, evening. Bella enters, throws down her book bag and coat, still angry. She starts upstairs, but Charlie enters from the kitchen.
Shit, sorry. Your mother called again.
Your fault for telling her about the accident.
She always did know how to worry, but she's changed too. She seems happy. Phil sounds all right.
He is.
She continues upstairs, glancing at her parents' wedding photo. Off Bella's face, we match cut to the high school cafeteria, daytime. As she pushes through the doors, she glances over at the Cullen table, Edward with his siblings. He doesn't look at her. Anger and determination set in again as Bella joins Eric, Jessica, Mike, and Angela. She drops her book bag on a seat.
Push, baby! You in?
Should I know what that means?
La Push Beach, down on the Quileute Res. We're all going after school. Big swell coming in.
And I don't just surf the internet.
Eric, you stood up once on a foam board.
I'm watching too. Come with.
La push, baby!
I'll go if you stop saying that.
The salad bar station minutes later. They have a salad bar station at their high school? Bella artfully designs an architectural salad. As she reaches for an apple, Edward is suddenly next to her.
Edible art.
Startled, she fumbles and drops the apple. Edward catches it with his foot, hacky sack style, then bounces it back into his hand. The red of the apple, stark against his pale skin. He presents it to her with a small smile.
Thanks, but your mood swings are giving me whiplash.
I said it would be better if we weren't friends. Not that I didn't want to be.
What does that even mean?
It means if you were smart, you'd avoid me.
Edward inadvertently glances at his 4 inhumanely beautiful siblings who wait for him expectantly at their table. She notes her own very human friends monitoring this conversation from their table. Mike glowers with jealousy.
But let's say, for argument's sake, that I'm not smart. Would you talk to me? Tell me the truth?
Probably not. I'd rather hear your theories.
Okay. How about radioactive spiders, kryptonite?
You're talking about superheroes. What if I'm not a hero? What if I'm a bad guy?
No, I don't believe that. You're not bad. You can be a jerk, but it's like this mask. You keep people away.
He's taken aback by her honesty, her insight, drawn in by her.
Look, why don't we just hang out? Like, come to the beach with us. It'll be fun. Sand fleas, wind burn, saltwater stinging your eyes.
Which beach?
Push?
His smile lessens almost imperceptibly.
Is something wrong with that beach?
Edward glances over at Mike. The two exchange cold looks.
It's just a little crowded.
Off Bella as Edward walks away. We go to La Push Beach, daytime. It's freezing, but Mike, Tyler, Jessica, and others suit up for a surf. Eric hangs with them. Bella wanders by the driftwood with Angela, who takes photographs.
If Eric's going to ask me to prom, then he just doesn't.
You could ask him. Take control. You're a strong, independent woman.
Am?
Muted.
Bella!
She looks up to see 3 Clewitt boys approaching the group. Jacob Black and Sam and Embry. Bella smiles at Jacob.
Guys, this is Jacob. Are you stalking me?
You're on my res, remember? You surfing?
Definitely not.
Keep her company. Her date bailed.
What date?
She invited Edward.
To be polite.
I think it's nice she invited him. No one ever does.
Yeah, because Cullen freak.
Got that right.
You know them?
The Cullens don't come here.
Jacob shoots Sam a look, shakes his head. Bella registers this, a beat, then she casually pulls Jacob aside.
You want to go look at tide pools?
She offers an awkwardly flirtatious smile. He grins, infatuated. As they head toward the water, we go to, later that day, still on the beach. Bella and Jacob wander near the water, looking out to sea for whales. The surfers are out on the waves. She nudges him, continuing her attempt at flirtation.
So, what did your friend mean about the Cullens not coming here?
Oops. Caught that, huh?
He moves closer to her, lowering his voice for mock secrecy.
I'm not supposed to say anything.
Bella gives him her best alluring smile.
I can keep a secret.
It's just an old scary story. Do you know that Culeyets are supposed to be descended from wolves?
Like fur, fangs, doggy breath?
Jacob chuckles. Bella smiles and prompts him to continue.
So the legend about the Cullens is...
Well, they're supposedly descended from this, enemy clan, but they claim to be different, so we made a treaty with them.
Didn't they just move here?
Or just move back.
Right. So what was this treaty?
If they promised to stay off Kuliat lands, we wouldn't expose that they were really what they really were to the pale faces.
Jacob pauses dramatically. Bella shivers. Hey, Bennett, can you read this next line? Bella jumps at the blood-curdling scream as Angela runs past, chased by Eric waving a dead crustacean. Jacob smirks and starts back to the group.
Wait, what were they really?
Just a scary story, Bella.
Off Bella with more unanswered questions. And that will take us to our first break. Awesome. Yay. Good job, everyone, so far. This is so fun. So it's 1:04 now. Let's come back at 1:10. So we'll have just over 5 minutes.
My roommate just panicked. He was just like, is everything okay? So
Best
nice to
acting
see
of
you
the day,
guys.
Bennett.
I laughed so hard I choked on my spit.
God.
Yeah.
Is anyone else having like an existential crisis with like, holy shit, I thought this was good at one point?
Yes.
Yes. It was. I'm literally
trash.
I still think it's good.
Yeah, I still love it secretly, even though it's like also terrible.
I think I only saw the
100%.
movie like once, so I don't even remember. I just remember like the cheesy prom scene at the end.
Oh god, so bad.
I don't remember anything else about the story. And in the slow-mo scene with the baddies walking through the woods.
Is it this one that they play baseball in, or is it new movie?
Oh my god, they
This
totally
one.
play baseball in this one.
Yeah, I agree with
They do
that.
play baseball.
They totally play
Yep.
baseball in this one.
And,
All just came screaming back to me when I read the
This
script.
one, because Victoria. Oh,
Mhm.
I forgot what the whole thing was, Victoria.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get there.
I want to eat someone.
No spoilers, guys.
Okay.
Guys, that is going off, and I wish I could be involved. I see little things pop up, and I just want to laugh.
I literally am
There's
dying
a whole
because
bunch of
the script
notifications.
because of the chat. So
Oh, the chat is great.
What is happening in this chat? I gotta get caught up on this.
I know, right? So, okay, the fruit, the apple.
Yeah.
it's a metaphor.
So,
Forbidden fruit, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in Edward's one it's a green apple.
No, it's a pomegranate in Edward's one, and that's
Then what's the green apple is the gender bent one, my bad.
that's just sexual weirdness.
Yeah. No,
Oh my
it's
God.
'cause of
Do you
Hades
just
and
remember in
Persephone.
the movie how they made it like so perfectly like land in his hand to
It was beautiful.
cover? Oh yeah, get that soundtrack.
Yeah, my mom, when I was away one year, read my books and then emailed me being like, "You're better than this."
I remember my first encountering the Twilight books. I was at my old dance studio when I was younger, and one of the older kids was reading it, and I was like super reading as a kid, and I was like, "Oh, what are you reading?" She's like, "This is too much for you."
You know,
I actually read Twilight at my old dance studio as well.
you know how Facebook gives you those like memories from
Oh yeah.
years and years ago? I got a memory from 2009 the other day, and it was literally saying, "Eric, going to watch Twilight again." So I'm like, oh,
hell yeah.
twice.
Fucking who's a twihard out here?
That's what they're
Twihard.
called?
Twihards.
Yeah.
The Twilight.
So good.
I hate
But
that.
I was definitely, I think I started out as Team Jacob and then moved to Team Edward.
100%.
I did the opposite.
Oh, you were Team
Mike.
I was Team Edward, and I grew out of that.
Edward's fucking creepy.
Hashtag Team Mike.
Dude.
It's normal.
The whole
Yeah.
thing is
Like really controlling.
That's it. Apex
Yeah.
predator.
It's just like every
Absolutely.
warning sign for a bad relationship, and they're making it okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey was
Twilight fan fiction.
That's a yeah.
So wrong, but so right.
Right.
I love the flannel.
This makes so much
Michaela.
sense.
And there's another one, Ever After by Amanda Todd. That was a Harry Styles fan fiction.
I'll read that. I fucking love Harry
It's
Styles.
so many pages, and it's so unnecessary.
Fair. How is everyone doing in terms of like following the script? Everyone's good. There's nothing that
The
we
writing
need to
hurts
change
me.
for this next bit.
No, it's
Everyone's
good.
good.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I think as soon as everyone's back, we're gonna start up again.
Was the first movie, was that the movie where everybody wanted to learn the Bella's Lullaby on piano? Was it the first film that was from? It was like, if you owned or lived anywhere near a piano, you were like, I gotta learn it. I gotta learn the lullaby.
Oh my god, it's yeah.
I read the script this morning, and I snorted coffee when I got to the sparkling scene. I was laughing so hard.
I'm so
Oh my god, Aiden, you have a signed Kristen Stewart?
Yeah, I do.
Dude.
This is from when she did New Moon. I got
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Because my mom worked on the show. And so
Oh.
I have one of those too.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
And no
I
one was someone
remember
that could call in,
I think I remember one time
It was
I
4
think
books for $2,000, and they were all signed by the author, not the cast. So
there was like the like all the werewolves were like at Richmond Center or something one time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Oh wait.
Yeah, and I think I went with
They
Nikki,
enrolled
and like she wanted to like get Boo Boo Stewart's like
who is Boo Boo?
oh my god, autograph or something.
He's like,
But
he's in
not in this
Descendants.
one,
He
is
plays
he?
Seth Clearwater, doesn't he?
Yeah, so I guess
Yeah, he plays Seth, I think.
I think he's only like the last two or something.
But yeah, he plays
Mm.
Aladdin's son, or Jafar's son in Descendants.
Oh, sick.
Oh, I
Right.
Descendants.
Right,
one
I
who
forgot
died?
about that. Yeah.
No,
Was he
not
the
the
one
one
who
that
died?
No,
Oh,
that was
no.
Cameron Boyce. He
Mhm.
was Cruella DeVille's son.
I guess she never got him a puppy.
So I've
Yeah.
been writing in the chat, but it's been only going to Aiden
person
playing Charlie by accident.
What?
Also,
Private
Dennis, you
messaging
can never
everything.
see your face when you talk.
Oh, no.
Your mic is on a different thing.
Yeah.
Wait, my face isn't moving the same as my.
No, your face is no face.
Your face
If
doesn't
you're in
exist.
speaker view, it's just like
You're
a
in
black
two different
screen that comes up
calls.
when you talk.
Oh, okay. So when I talk, okay, right,
It's
right,
just
right,
it's
right.
just we see your name, which is fine.
I mean, you know what?
I like your
could,
face.
It's a beautiful name.
I could probably
see
do
your
this.
Performance though.
Here you go.
I saw
How's
you
this?
driving a car,
How's
and
this?
then
That's
I-
fine. That's
Whoa.
perfect.
Is that better? Okay.
Suddenly Bennett.
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
Yeah, now just mute one of them because now your voice is doubled.
Yeah, it should be doubled in my
God.
ear. Wait.
Okay.
I
Now
think
it
that's
should be
just
good.
like blonde girl though.
Can you imagine if you did the screen with that double mic?
No.
So we're just waiting for Camille, and
On
we'll
Edward.
get started.
Sorry, I've been
Oh,
here. I
perfect.
just realized my stuff was off.
All good, all good. Okay. Everyone is good to get started again? Rad. Oh my god, those abs.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Hey, that's so good.
Oh, so good. As soon as I saw you with your toque on, with all your hair stuff in, I was like, it's going down.
I couldn't find my
All
vampire
right.
fangs.
He has long hair in this movie, though.
Oh, right, that's
Not to
true.
criticize.
That's true.
Were any of the actors they cast actually Indigenous?
Mm-hmm.
They all were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it was,
but
Jacob
the-
is like very minuscule.
Yeah.
Isn't it,
But I
like,
mean,
contested whether he is or not.
It
yeah, I
might
think it was
be.
proved that he was.
The post that I originally saw with all the information about the Quileute tribe not getting any remunerations also stated that the director had to fight to actually get people of color playing those parts.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All
Why
right.
have people of color do it if you could just like use blackface or something?
Yes, it Catherine Hardwicke did have to push for that. And then also, I don't know who directed the other movies. I think it wasn't Catherine, but it was a male director. They did a big search. So
I remember when that was happening.
Yeah. I think that's why there are so many, like the characters that play the wolf pack are kind of like not like no names.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, let's get started again. I'm hearing an echo for my voice.
Oh, because that's my...
Okay, cool, awesome. We're back. Here we go. We start in the shack community on the river, exterior, late afternoon. A collection of haphazard shacks and boat docks connected by wood plank sidewalks find Waylon Forge, the hippie logger who used to play Santa Claus, scraping paint off his boat, swigging a pint as he listens to his prehistoric Walkman. His old dog lies next to him as the sounds of the forest and river chirp and buzz. Waylon sings along to his Walkman. Suddenly, the sounds of nature abruptly silence themselves. The dog raises his head, starts to growl. Waylon doesn't notice. Stay on Waylon, singing, working, until he looks up and realizes the dog's gone.
Jerry?
Waylon pulls off his headphones, whistles. No dog. Waylon walks up a walkway, then sees a dog leg sticking out from under a bush.
Come on, Jerry, old mutt.
He pulls at the leg. It's detached! He reels back, stumbling onto his boat, frantically untying the line and pushing out. On the water, Waylon floats, breath short, listening acutely. Waylon's POV on the woods lining the river, ominous darkness, a noise. He jerks around, nothing. Then suddenly his boat rocks violently. He spins. A man now stands in the bow. James, 30, pale white, a vampire. But his eyes, unlike the Cullens, are a deep, sinister burgundy and absolutely lethal. His cat-like movements are always on the edge of a crouch.
How did you do that?
Always the same inane questions.
Waylon turns, but a woman leaps onto the boat. It's Victoria, 26, chaotic red hair filled with leaves from the woods. Terrified, Waylon spins around to see Laurent, 28, glossy black hair, olive skin, lounging on his boat seat. All three nomads wear frayed clothes, and all three are barefoot.
What do you want?
Why are you doing this?
James, must we?
The question should be, will it hurt?
Victoria grins sadistically, then with lightning fast speed, the three of them violently lunge, smash to black. Fade in on Edward's face against blackness, snapshots of his eyes, his cheekbones, his lips. Interior Bella's room on her face, mourning, as she sits in front of her computer, lost in thought. She shakes herself out of it and types into her search engine, Quileute Legends, Olympic Peninsula. An ad pops up, Thunderbird and Whale Bookstore, Port Angeles. Bella, intrigued, clicks on it. Exterior Forks High School, sunny day. The sun has come out and so has the skin. Kids are in shorts though it's still barely 60 degrees. Everyone eats lunch outdoors. Bella searches the crowd for Edward.
Not here.
She looks down to find Jessica sitting on the grass.
Whenever the weather's nice, the Cullens disappear.
They just ditch?
No. Dr. and Mrs. Cullen yank them out for hiking and camping and stuff. I tried the idea out on my parents. Not even close.
Bella registers this as Angela suddenly jumps on them.
I'm with Eric! I just asked him. I took control. Are you sure you have to go out of town?
Family thing.
Oh my god. We need to hit the stores in Port Angeles before the dresses get cleaned out.
Port Angeles? Can I go with you guys?
God, we need your opinion.
Off Bella, that's not really what she had in mind. Interior boutique, Port Angeles on Bella's face afternoon. Antsy, distracted, as Jessica and Angela try on dresses. Bella pulls a MapQuest printout from her purse. It reads, Thunderbird and Whale Bookstore. Jessica flounces out of the changing room, posing provocatively.
I think this halter makes my boobs look big. What do you think, Bella? Bella.
Outside the window, a group of rowdy frat boys head toward a bar. Two of them stare at Jessica in her low-cut dress. Embarrassed, she turns back to Bella.
It looks great.
Read that about the last 5 dresses. Oh, sorry.
You said that about the last 5 dresses.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Maybe I should just go check out the bookstore and meet you at the restaurant later.
Angela?
Sure.
Bella nods, heads out. Jessica's looks in the mirror again.
She was right about this halter, though. It does look great.
Yes, Bella is different. Exterior Thunderbird and Whale bookstore. Streets, night. Bella exits, thumbing through a book she just bought. She heads down the sidewalk, but then hears footsteps behind her. She turns, doesn't see anyone. She puts the book in her shoulder bag and continues. Unknown POV. On Bella, someone's following her. She looks around, changing course to cut across a parking lot. Unknown POV gets closer and closer until she reaches exterior warehouse at end of parking lot. Isolated. Bella, breath short, scared, turns around just as 2 men emerge from the shadows. Not vampires, but the frat boys, really wasted now.
Want a beer?
She looks to her left. The other 2 guys are there. She's cornered. She takes her purse from around her shoulder.
Just take my bag.
We don't want your bag.
She takes a defensive stance and wraps the strap around her wrist to use her purse as a mace. They chortled derisively, but when frat boy number 1 comes near, she swings it, hits him in the groin. The book in her bag doubles him over. The other 3 laugh and start to close in, but suddenly, headlights blind them. A silver Volvo screeches up. The frat boys dive out of the way. The passenger side door opens. It's Edward. She's too stunned to even move.
Get in.
She finally does, but frat boy number 2 jumps into the game and rushes Edward's side of the car. Edward screeches to a halt and is out of the car and facing frat boy number 2 so fast. Neither the frat boys nor Bella see it, nor does Bella see Edward's glare. So chilling, so animalistic in its fury that frat boy number 2, scared, instinctively backs off. As Edward climbs back into the car, Bella just stares at him. We go into Edward's car, driving at night. Bella continues to stare. She sees that he's seething with anger, hands gripping the steering wheel, jaw clenched.
What? No, how did you find...
I should go back and rip their heads off.
No, bad idea.
You don't know the vile, repulsive things they were thinking.
And you do?
Not hard to guess.
Exterior waterfall restaurant front entrance at night. Jessica and Angela exit the restaurant as Bella approaches.
Ew. We left you a message.
We waited, but we were starving.
Then they see Edward behind her, climbing out of his car. They freeze, agog. He's composed now, making an effort to be charming, and they are charmed.
Sorry I kept Bella from dinner. We ran into each other and got talking.
We understand. We were just leaving, so...
The 2 girls start to go. Bella's forced to go with them.
Okay, well, thank you.
She starts to follow the girls. Edward is torn. Then abruptly.
Maybe I should make sure Bella gets something to eat. If you'd like. Then I could drive you back myself.
Angela?
Oh my gosh, I keep having to say it twice.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, we just didn't hear you.
That's so thoughtful.
Really thoughtful.
I could eat.
As he guides her off, the 2 girls share a look and a noiseless scream of excitement. Exterior waterfall restaurant dining patio night. Bella and Edward sit on the deck. A dramatic waterfall shimmers behind them. A waitress places a steaming plate of mesquite roasted salmon in front of Bella and nothing in front of Edward. She exits.
Not eating?
I'm on a special diet.
South Beach?
Not exactly.
She looks at him curiously as she takes a bite.
So, how about some answers?
Yes, no, to get to the other side, and 1.7724538851.
Didn't ask for the square root of pi.
You knew that.
How did you know where I was?
I didn't.
She shakes her head, frustrated, and turns to go inside.
Don't go.
He seems torn by some internal dilemma. Then finally.
Were you following me?
I feel very protective of you.
So that's a yes.
Yes, I followed you. I tried to keep my distance until you needed help.
You said before that you heard what those guys were thinking. Can you read minds?
I'm thinking of getting a 900 number.
All right, so you read minds. What am I thinking? Wait, okay, now. Go.
I have no idea. I can read every mind in there except yours. Work, sex, money, sex, boyfriend, nothing. It's quite frustrating.
Why? What's wrong with me?
I tell you I read minds and you think there's something wrong with you.
He smiles, charmed by her, but his smile fades. That torn look returns. He holds onto the rail, looking out.
What is it?
I don't have the strength to stay away from you anymore.
She's surprised and thrilled.
Edward, you don't have to.
Okay. He's drawn in by her encouraging gaze, but he closes his eyes a beat and turns back to the water.
This is wrong.
Edward.
You're cold. We should go.
He walks away before she can ask any more questions. And we are on the road, nighttime. Edward's Volvo speeds along the 2-lane highway. Interior Edward's Volvo. Bella glances at Edward, might ask him more questions, but he seems to be wrestling with his own thoughts. Finally.
I think I'm warm enough now.
She reaches for the heater dial. He does as well. Their hands touch and hold a moment too long. An electric current connecting them.
Your hand. It's still freezing cold.
He pulls his hand away, but she keeps looking at it. Then her attention shifts outside to flashing police lights as they drive past the Forks police station. A sheriff's car pulls away. Charlie's cruiser's parked out front.
Dad's here late. Something must have happened.
Exterior Forks police station. Continuous night. The Volvo pulls up. Bella and Edward climb out. Edward then sees a second car next to the cruiser.
That's my father's car. What's he?
Edward and Bella's POV inside the darkened police station. In a pool of light, a distressed Charlie and Dr. Cullen study photographs and evidence. As they wrap up their discussion, Dr. Cullen puts a sympathetic hand on Charlie's shoulder, then exits the police station looking grim.
Carlisle, what happened?
Waylon Forge was found in the woods out near his place. I just examined the body.
Edward darkens. Bella is horrified.
He died? How?
Animal attack.
The same kind that killed the security guard down in Mason?
Edward and Dr. Cullen trade a look, subtle, but Bella catches it.
Most likely.
So it's getting closer to town.
Waylon lived all the way down on Queets River, 75 miles south.
But that's...
Bella, you should go inside. Waylon was your father's friend.
She goes to the door, but looks back to see them conferring quietly, gravely. Clearly, there's more to this. Interior police station night. Bella enters to find a distressed Charlie studying evidence, photos, maps, trying to make sense of Waylon's death. Deputies come and go in the background. Bella approaches Charlie. He looks up.
Dad, I'm sorry about Waylon.
Known him going on 30 years.
He's obviously torn up. Bella isn't quite sure what to do, and so puts a comforting hand on his shoulder, a beat. Then Charlie squeezes her hand. It's the first physical affection we've seen between them, and it threatens to evoke even more emotion in Charlie. So he tamps it down and rises, then projects a confident manner.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Bella. But in the meantime.
As an ambulance pulls up outside, he opens a drawer, finds out a canister of pepper spray.
I want you to have this.
That's probably not a good idea.
It'll give me some peace of mind.
She sees he needs this and allows him to put it into her purse. As Charlie goes to get his coat, Bella steps outside to see. Police station, night, in Bella's POV. 2 attendants hoist a metal gurney into an ambulance on it. Waylon's dead, white, bloody, bare feet peek out from under a sheet, resting at a disturbingly unnatural angle. Off Bella, chilled. We smash to Edward's black eyes, Edward's cold, white hand, the 5 Cullens, slow motion, beautiful and white. Waylon's twisted white feet. We are in Bella's room, on Bella, nighttime. As she turns on the light, she hears a snap outside the window. She rises, digs into her purse for the pepper spray Charlie gave her, and goes to the window. She looks out. All she sees is the wind blowing hard, but she's rattled. She closes the curtains, then reaches for the book she bought earlier. She thumbs through, laying the pepper spray within reach. We insert on the book Quileute, folk stories, and art. As she leaves through, we see photos of ancient carved masks, comical, menacing, haunting. Then she stops on a photo of a white mask with black eyes and a row of sharp teeth. The inscription reads, "The Cold One." Bella quickly goes to her computer and Googles "Cold One." Several beer ads appear. Frustrated, she closes the pop-ups, revealing a link to "The Cold One," Apatompkin. Intercut between Bella and the computer screen, several pictures begin loading. The seductive Apatompkin with his ice blue skin, devouring his victims in tapestries, engravings, paintings, creatures beautiful and horrific, craven, skeletal demons attacking villages, perfectly sculpted predators, luring innocent maidens. It's all murder, blood, sexuality. Then several words leap out in quick successions. Speed, strength, cold skin, immortal. Then finally, blood drinker. And we land on a picture of a handsome man biting a woman's white neck. Flash pop to the same picture as it's momentarily coming alive, but now it's Edward biting Bella's neck, blood dripping. Back on Bella, she reels back from the computer in utter disbelief.
It's not possible.
Off of Bella's face, we struggle to make sense of it all. We match cut to exterior school lawn on Bella's face. It's dawn, thick fog. She stands in the center of the deserted green lawn. Her expression tells us she's still reeling with disbelief. We stay on her face, time lapsing. As the bell rings and students exit class, rushing past Bella as she stands still, waiting. We're still in Bella's POV. We see Edward and his siblings cross the lawn, heading to class. Edward sees Bella, sees the intensity on her face. He stops. She walks to him, eyes meeting his. Her look says, "We have to talk." And she continues directly past him, into the dark forest that borders the school. He watches her disappear into the trees, then takes a step to follow. Jasper moves in front of him. Rosalie grabs his arm.
Word, don't go.
But Alice gently removes Rosalie's hand from his arm.
On him there.
We are exterior forest day. Bella stands amid the trees, waiting. And the sounds of the forest abruptly drop out. A predator is near. Edward appears behind her. She doesn't turn around. A beat.
You're impossibly fast and strong. Your skin is pale white, ice cold. Your eyes change color, and sometimes you speak like you're from a different time. You never eat food or drink or come out in the sunlight. And you said no to the beach trip only after you heard where it was, because of the treaty.
This last registers with him. She steps closer to him.
How old are you?
17.
How long have you been 17?
A long beat as we begin to circle them. He sees he can't hide anymore. Honesty is an enormous risk, but he has to take it.
A while.
She inhales. She knew, but it's still shocking. We circle them faster.
I know what the cold ones are, what you are.
Say it. Out loud. Say it.
All sound suddenly drops out. We hear only her whisper. Vampire. They seem to hover in momentary stasis, him utterly exposed, her reality utterly rocked.
Are you afraid?
No.
And ask me the most basic question. What do we eat?
You won't hurt me. You're different.
You think you know me?
He glares at her. She holds her ground. Suddenly, he takes her by the hand, starts walking.
Where are we going?
Up the mountain, Out of the cloud bank. You need to see what I really am, what I look like in the harsh light of the sun.
No, the sunlight will kill you.
Myth, you need to see the truth.
He pulls her, but she stumbles.
Slow down.
Suddenly, he's right next to her.
Are you afraid? No. Then come with me, someplace where no one can protect you, where I could do what I've wanted to do from the first moment I met you.
Their proximity is intense, riveting both of them.
I'm not afraid.
You should be.
He abruptly and effortlessly scoops her up into his arms.
Hold on.
Then he flings her onto his back and starts running. We are exterior forest, running day. As in the opening sequence, Edward races through the forest, dark trunks strobing past as he picks up speed, faster and faster. Bella clings to his back as it seems he'll collide with the trees, but he avoids him with supernatural grace. It's frightening, nauseating, intoxicating.
Are you afraid?
How many times do I have to say it? No!
But she clings tighter, terrified. They climb in altitude, higher and higher, above the fog layer. Finally, up ahead, the forest edge fast approaches. A clearing is beyond. The sunlight glows white hot beyond the trees. They're about to emerge from the shadowy darkness, but suddenly Bella finds herself sitting on the ground against a tree. All is silent. She's dizzy, tries to regain her equilibrium. Then she realizes she's alone.
Edward? Where are you?
She rises and steps just beyond the fringe of the ferns into a meadow. A perfect circle of swaying grass, wildflowers and buttery sunlight. Here's a stream nearby. Bella looks around and finally sees Edward, his shirt open, standing nearby in the shade of some trees. He watches her cautiously. She takes a step toward him, but he holds up a hand. She waits. Finally, he takes a deep breath and steps out of the shade.
This is why we don't show ourselves in the sunlight.
As the sun hits him, Edward's skin literally sparkles, as if embedded with thousands of tiny diamonds. He is magnificent, shimmering like a statue carved from a glittering crystal. He moves towards her.
This is what I am.
He nears, clearly expecting her to recoil, but...
You're beautiful.
He realizes that she's in awe. She reaches to touch him, but he immediately backs into the shadows, his skin normal again.
Beautiful? I'm a killer, Bella. This is the skin of a killer.
His arm juts into a shaft of light, sparkling again.
I don't believe that.
Because you believe the lie. The camouflage. I'm the world's most dangerous predator. Everything about me invites you in. My voice, my face, even my smell, as if I need any of that.
He's suddenly behind her, then in front of her, then by a tree, darting so fast we only see where he lands.
As if you could outrun me. As if you could fight me off.
He abruptly rips off a large tree limb, then throws it against a tree trunk with explosive force. Bella flinches, but holds her ground, unshakable.
I'm designed to kill.
I don't care.
I've killed people.
It doesn't matter.
I wanted to kill you. I've never wanted a human's blood so much in my life. I'm dangerous to you.
I trust you.
Don't.
I trust you, Edward. I'm here.
She takes his hand. He reels at the warmth of her touch. She leans in, drawn to him, unaware that her throat is nearing his lips. Then suddenly he's gone.
Edward?
She looks over to find he's on the other side of the meadow, catching his breath.
You took me by surprise. I don't know how to do this.
He moves back toward her, slowly.
Me and my family, we're different from others of our kind. We're not nomadic. We have a permanent home. We only hunt animals. We've learned to control our thirst. But your scent, it's like a drug to me. My own personal brand of heroin.
Oh, I thought you hated me when we met.
I did. For making me want you so badly. I'm still not sure I can control myself.
I know
He reaches her again. Sorry.
So into it.
He's utterly vulnerable as he looks at her, searching her face for clues.
I wish I could understand this thing you see in me. You look at me with those eyes. I can't read your mind. Tell me what you're thinking.
I'm afraid.
Stricken, he sinks gracefully to his knees in the grass.
Good.
She
Not of
sinks
that.
down in front of...
Not of that. I'm afraid you'll disappear. That I'll lose you.
You don't know how long I've looked for you.
They share a smile, then he reaches toward her neck, pausing.
Be very still.
She does so. Exercising great control, he places his hand on her throat. It's so exposed, so vulnerable. The rush between them is overwhelming, but Bella doesn't move. He brushes his hand up her cheek, then lowers it to her heart. Clouds float past the sun. They're both overwhelmed, taking each other in.
So the lion fell for the lamb.
Stupid lamb.
Sick, masochistic lion.
Crane up on the two of them laying together as close as they dare, his hand to her heart. And we dissolve into Bella's room, mourning. Close on Bella's face, still in bed, thinking.
About 3 things I was absolutely positive. 1, Edward was a vampire.
She rises, goes to the mirror, and looks at herself, very worry knitting her brow.
2, there was part of him that thirsted for my blood. And 3,
as she moves past her window, something catches her eye, causing her to bang into her desk. She looks back out. The driveway, Edward leans against his car, looking up at her with a small smile. She beams at the sight of him.
I was falling unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him.
We are Olympic Rainforest Exterior Day. Edward helps Bella balance walk across an enormous fallen pine tree in the moss-covered forest.
How long have you been like this?
It's 1918. That's when Carlisle found me.
She takes that in. It's a lot, but it stokes her curiosity.
Where'd he find you?
In a hospital, dying of Spanish influenza. My parents had already died.
Flashback, Chicago Hospital, 1918, nighttime.
What was it like?
The word excruciating comes to mind, but what Carlisle did was much harder. Not many of us have the restraint to do that.
Didn't he just bite?
Not just. Our bite contains venom, and once we taste blood, a sort of frenzy begins. It's almost impossible to stop.
But Carlisle did.
First with me, then with his wife, Esme. He found her in a hospital as well. The others followed.
Back to present day.
Does someone have to be dying to become like you?
Their conversation continues as we go to exterior river's edge, day. They walk along a stunning coastline, rugged black rocks covered in bright green moss.
No, that's just Carlisle. He would never do this to someone who had another choice.
So Carlisle's the reason why you hunt animals instead of people.
Not the only reason.
He stops, looks down at her, serious, with emotion.
I don't want to be a monster.
She nods, understands. He smiles.
We call ourselves vegetarians, by the way. For our kind, hunting animals is like living on tofu. It keeps you strong, but isn't very satisfying.
Then abruptly, he whips past Bella. She turns to see him standing on a large rock in the river.
Show off.
It's not that impressive, really. Anyone in my family can do this.
Can they all read minds, too?
No, that's unique to me. But Alice can see the future.
Really? Bet she saw me coming a mile away.
Her vision...
She notes his...
Go ahead, please.
She notes his change of mood as he slows, darkening.
Her visions are very subjective. The future can change.
He cuts off her questions by returning to shore and continuing their walk. We are exterior Charlie's house, Twilight. Water sprays from a horse as Bella and Edward wash her truck. A boombox plays. He perches on top of the roof.
Come to my house tomorrow.
Bella looks up, aiming the hose badly. Water ricochets off the cab and sprays in her face. He jumps down from the roof.
Your house? With your family?
He wipes down the dented front fender, then reaches under it and, with his bare hands, easily pops a large dent out of the truck's body. She's too flustered to register it.
But what if they don't like me?
Oh, you're worried not because you'll be in a house full of vampires, but because you think they won't approve of you.
I'm glad I amuse you.
But then his laughter dies as he hears something.
What is it?
A complication.
As a black car comes into view and pulls up.
I'll pick you up tomorrow.
He heads to his car, eyeing the passengers in. The black car, Jacob with his father, Billy, whose expression is intense, anxious. Slow motion as Edward locks eyes with Billy. Jacob looks questioningly at his father. Bella watches Edward drive away, perturbed by the exchange. She forces a smile and goes to greet the visitors. Jacob sets up Billy's wheelchair and Billy climbs into it as.
Come to visit your truck?
Looks good. You got that dent out.
Actually,
Visit your flat screen? First Mariners game of the season. Plus, Jacob here keeps bugging me to see you again.
Great. Dad, thanks.
Jacob shoots his father an irritated look just as the police cruiser pulls up. Charlie climbs out, holding 2 six-packs.
Pale ale?
Harry Clearwater's homemade fresh fry.
Charlie smiles, pleased. He clicks on the game as they all head inside.
Any luck with the Waylon case?
Found a footprint out on the crime scene today. A bare human footprint.
Billy seems disturbed, but not surprised. Bella is horrified.
A person did that?
A crazy person walking around barefoot this time of year?
Spread the word out on the res, will ya? Keep the kids out of the woods.
Will do. Don't want anyone else getting hurt.
Bella looks away from Billy, unnerved. We are back in the dream sequence. Underwater, Bella floats near Edward, only their hands touching, but their bodies are nearing. So close, so sensual. Suddenly, Edward is yanked downward. Something has him, pulling him down. As we smash into interior Bella's room, on Bella, it's morning. As her eyes pop open and relief sweeps over her as she realizes it was just a dream, but it haunts her. Exterior Olympic Peninsula, road, day. Aerial shot of the forest as we sweep over its lush green expanse to find Edward's Volvo speeding along very fast. The Volvo finally turns off the paved highway and onto a long serpentine dirt road. Follow the car until finally it reaches a small meadow, and in the center of which sits the Cullen house, daytime, a timeless, graceful house. The Volvo pulls up and Bella climbs out, surprised.
It's wonderful.
You expected turrets, dungeons, and moats?
No, not moats.
He takes her hand. She girds herself. They head inside. Interior Cullen house, living room, day. Edward guides Bella into the large, bright house. Walls of glass look out onto the river. Everything's open and white. Historical objects are tastefully placed throughout. We hear Verdi's La Traviata, Limbiano, ne. Lieti Calici coming from another room. Bella is enraptured.
So light and open.
Thanks to tinted windows. It's the one place we never have to hide.
We then notice clanging coming from the kitchen. Edward shakes his head.
I told them not to do this.
Interior Cullen house kitchen, day. Verdi's opera blasts Bella and Edward, who enter to find the kitchen in full swing. Dr. Cullen, Emmett, Rosalie, and Esme prepare elaborate platters of Italian pastas and antipasti. Esme rolls out a pizza dough and fans tomatoes around it in an instant. Rosalie stirs the pot, disinterested. Esme sees Bella and stops, emanating maternal warmth. Her heart-shaped face and billows of hair are reminiscent of the silent movie era.
Bella, we're making Italiano for you.
This is Esme, my mother for all intents and purposes.
Buongiorno.
Molto bene.
You've given us an excuse to use the kitchen for the first time. Hit pause.
Pan across brand new Williams Sonoma cookware boxes to the corner. They're watching an Italian cooking show on a TV. Emmett hits the DVD remote control.
I hope you're hungry.
Oh, absolutely.
We already ate.
Bella shoots him a look, but something shatters. Rosalie has thrown down a bowl and now strides out.
Perfect.
Interior living room, continuous day. Bella exits behind Rosalie, trying to explain. The others follow.
I just assumed because you don't eat,
Of course. That was very considerate of you.
Ignore her. I do.
Yes, let's keep pretending this isn't dangerous for all of us.
I would never, ever tell anyone.
She knows that.
Problem is, you two have gone public now. So
Emmett.
No, she should know. The entire family will be implicated if this ends badly.
Badly?
This hangs in the air, uncomfortably. Edward can't look at her.
Oh, badly. Like where I become a meal.
Emmett chokes back laughter. Edward grins, wraps his arm around Bella. Even Esme has to chuckle. Rosalie, exasperated, heads back into the kitchen. Emmett shrugs, goes after her.
Hi, Bella.
On the balcony, Alice leaps over the rail holding a bouquet of wildflowers. Jasper follows her. She bounces forward to kiss Bella's cheek and hands Bella the wildflowers.
I'm Alice. You do smell good.
Alice.
It's all right. Bella and I are going to be great friends.
And you're Jasper, right?
Pleasure to meet you.
But he shies away from her hand.
Won't hurt her, Jasper.
He isn't so sure. Edward takes Bella's hand instead.
I'll give you a tour of the house.
I'll see you soon.
Edward shoots Alice a look, which Bella catches before he guides her up the stairs. As they ascend, Bella takes in eclectic art pieces from around the world. Ethiopian crosses, Dresden china, Asian scrolls. They reach the landing to find a wall of dozens of artistically arrayed silk squares with tassels. Bella looks closer.
Graduation caps?
A private joke. We matriculate a lot.
What a nightmare, repeating high school.
True, but the younger we start out in a new place, the longer we can stay there.
She shivers at the thought of it as they continue on into Edward's room.
And this is my room.
Bella enters to find a wall of glass doors open to a deck with the river beyond. The rest is floor-to-ceiling CDs, vinyl, 8-track tapes, etc., with a sophisticated iPod stereo setup.
So you're obsessed with music, but no bed?
No sleep.
Ever?
No nightmares, no drool, no snoring.
She considers this as she runs a hand along a wall of CDs, studying the titles.
Do you have any favorites?
Depends. Alternative, jazz, 60s, 70s.
Oh, she knows her music. All right. 90s, 1890s. Classical.
I'd have to say, I always say this composer wrong, Debussy?
He looks at her, surprised, smiles.
My favorite too.
Oh, off their connection, he pulls out a CD and puts it on. A solo piano version of Clair de Lune begins to play. He moves to her, taking her hand. Then he starts to turn her into a pirouette, dancing with her, but she breaks off and backs away.
No dancing.
Ever?
No tripping, no falling, no derision.
I can always make you.
You don't scare me.
You really shouldn't have said that.
He grins, a low growling sounds in the back of his throat. She laughs and backs out the door into exterior Edward's room on the deck. Bella backs up to the rail. Edward appears in the doorway, shifting into a half crouch, about to pounce.
Don't you dare!
Suddenly she's airborne as he tackles her and they fly off the deck. Then she finds herself in a tree, in his arms. Then she realizes where she is. She laughs, delighted. It's infectious. He laughs heartily, too. We cut away to the Cullen house, living room, interior. Esme and Dr. Cullen look out the window. Edward's laughter filters inside to them. Esme, in turn, smiles.
She's brought him to life.
He's been alone too long, but how can it end well?
Alice has been wrong before.
Not often.
Esme turns to Dr. Cullen, gentle but absolutely firm.
Carlisle, Bella is what he wants. It will work out somehow.
Dr. Cullen smiles at her with love, then takes her hand as they look back out the window at the tree. Same time, Edward looks Bella in the eye.
Trust me?
In theory.
Then close your eyes.
She does, warily. He grips her more firmly, then leaps them to another tree like a flying squirrel. Then again to the top of another tree. He easily gets a foothold while holding Bella.
Open.
She does, to the most astonishing bird's-eye view of the valley, river, and the mountain beyond. Camera whirls around them, allowing us a 360-degree view of their surroundings. Off Bella's intoxicated face, we cut away to exterior high school day. Jessica pops a volleyball in the air, doing practice serves. Angela takes a picture of her, then points her camera around, looking for another shot. Eric studies some flyers advertising the prom.
Monte Carlo, that's our prom theme.
Gambling, tuxedos, and Bond. James. Ow!
As Jessica headbutts the ball, which hits him in the face.
Oh my God.
Angela, scanning for a shot, has frozen. Jessica and Eric see Bella and Edward arriving together. All eyes on campus are turning to them, filled with curiosity, jealousy, envy.
Everyone's staring.
Not that guy over. Yeah, he just looked.
Off its rakish but reassuring smile, we are close on our German Shepherd, moving fast, tracking. Include Charlie holding the leash. Exterior forest day. It's a hunting party, several dogs, half a dozen armed men.
Hey, guys, we got something.
The deputies hurry to Charlie. They gather around. A footprint. Dogs start pulling them in a certain direction as the posse takes off at a sprint. Unknown POV on Charlie from a distance. We watch Charlie and the posse move away, reverse to find James atop a knoll, watching them. Laurent stands next to him. Victoria jogs up.
They took the bait.
By tomorrow, they'll be halfway to Winnipeg.
Victoria lasciviously grabs James' shirt, pulls him to her.
I love when men chase me.
He grins and starts taking off her clothes. They pull each other toward the woods with carnal lust. It barely registers with Laurent, who continues to watch the posse with concern. We are interior Forks coffee shop, late afternoon. Bella hurries toward the entrance, trying to keep the joy on her face in check with minimal success. Outside the door, she passes Mike, hanging out with several of his basketball teammates.
Yo, Arizona. So, you and Cullen?
She shrugs, non-committal, but can't entirely hide a smile, as she hurries inside to Charlie's table and slides in.
Sorry, I'm late. Biology project.
Cora sets a top sirloin steak in front of Charlie and plate of seafood in front of Bella.
Order you the seafood combo.
Order one for yourself next time. You should cut back on the steak.
I'm healthy as a horse.
Say, Chief, boys want to know, you find anything about down by Keith's River today?
Charlie's aware of the loggers at the counter listening too. He frames his answer carefully to keep everyone calm.
The suspect's moving east. Kitsap County Sheriff is taking over from here. They're putting extra guys on.
Hope they catch him fast.
She moves off with a measure of relief. Charlie and Bella pass each other the salt, butter for bread, etc., with an easy rhythm now.
Your friends are flagging you down.
She turns to see Mike and the guys horsing around outside, straws in their noses, making faces at her. She smiles.
It's okay if you want to join them. I'm just going to turn in early anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's Friday night. Go out. The Newton boys got a big smile for you. Nice family, the Newtons.
He's just a friend.
None of the boys in town interest you?
We're not really going to talk about boys, are we?
It's just, you should be around people. I leave you around alone too much.
I've never minded being alone. Guess I'm a lot like my dad that way.
Charlie smiles. These two have come a long way. Cora returns.
Berry cobbler, 2 forks.
She sets it between them, off them, both reaching for forks. Interior Bella's room night. Bella, dressed for bed, looks out the window as she talks on the phone with Rene. Bella's euphoria still lingers in her eyes.
So, spring training's going well?
Intercut with interior cafe night, Rene talks on her cell. Bella's in the background, post-batting practice, chowing down with a couple of teammates.
Phil's working hard. We're looking around for a house to rent in case it becomes permanent. You'd like Jacksonville, baby.
Actually, Forks is kind of growing on me.
Oh, could a guy have something to do with that?
Maybe.
Tell me everything. Jock, Indy, Betty Smart. Is he smart?
Well, he is kind of a history buff.
This as she turns to find Edward lying on her bed, smiling. She nearly drops the phone.
I have to go.
No way, we gotta talk boys. Are you being safe?
Edward shoots her a look. He heard that. She's mortified.
I'll call you later, Mom.
Stay on Bella, who hangs up.
How did you get in here?
The window, as always.
You've been here before?
What else is there to do at night?
Ugh.
She pushes him. He grabs her hand and playfully pulls her onto the bed, wrestling as a...
You're peeping Tom, perv.
Eve will hear you.
But the electricity of their physical contact quickly overwhelms them, their laughter quieting. He studies her face.
I just like watching over you.
He raises his fingers to her lips, sending a thrill up her spine.
There's something I'd like to try.
She nods, bedazzled by him. He takes her face in his hands, hesitates to test himself. Then he softly kisses her. What neither of them is prepared for is her response. Her breath comes in a wild gasp. Her fingers knot in his hair, clutching him to her. Lips part as she breathes his scent. Then his hands gently but forcefully push her face back. She opens her eyes to see that his eyes are wild, his jaw clenched.
Oh.
He relaxes slightly, looking at her blushing face.
I'm stronger than I thought.
Wish I could say the same. I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be. But we have to be careful. I can never lose control with you. Ever.
He nods, then carefully lies on his chest. He wraps his arm around her. Off the two of them, we are in Charlie's house living room late afternoon. Bella enters to find Charlie cleaning a rifle. He starts to say hello, but she just blurts out,
I have a date with Edward Cullen.
He suddenly looks like he's having an aneurysm.
He's too old for you.
We're both juniors. I thought you liked the Cullens.
And I thought you weren't interested in any of the boys in town.
Edward doesn't live in town, and it's in the early stage, and whatever, he's outside right now.
Now? He's out there?
He wants to meet you, officially.
Good.
He cocks the rifle in mock seriousness.
Be nice, okay? He's important.
Charlie gives his daughter a reassuring nod. Then she opens the door to reveal Edward in a parka and gloves.
Chief Swan, I wanted to formally introduce myself. I'm Edward.
Edward extends his hand. Charlie takes it but grunts a hello, resisting him.
I won't keep Bella out late tonight. We're just going to go play baseball with my family.
Bella's going to play baseball?
Bella's equally surprised, but hides it.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Well, more power to you, I guess.
She'll be safe with me, sir. I promise.
As Edward exits, Charlie holds Bella back.
Hey, you got that pepper spray?
Dad!
Exterior Charlie's house late afternoon. Edward and Bella climb into a massive Jeep parked in the driveway.
Your father thinks you should go to an all-girls school.
No fair, reading Charlie's mind.
As they climb in the Jeep, Bella notices a baseball bat.
And since when do vampires like baseball?
It's the American pastime. Plus, there's a thunderstorm coming. It's the only time we can play. You'll see why.
Exterior clearing in woods. Twilight. Storm clouds gather in the sky as Bella and Edward pull up in the Jeep. She takes in a rough baseball diamond set into an enormous field in the lap of the Olympic peaks. Esme and Emmett come to greet Bella.
Good thing you're here. We need an umpire.
He thinks we cheat.
I know you cheat. Call him as you see him, Bella.
Whip hand Alice on the pitcher's mound.
Time.
Just as a deep rumble of thunder shakes the forest, begin montage, the game. And it's extraordinary. Bella stays with Esme, who plays catcher. Alice pitches with lightning fast speed. Edward and Emmett take positions in the outfield. Rosalie smashes the ball with the aluminum bat. It cracks like thunder and is followed directly by real thunder.
Now I get why you need the thunder.
The ball shoots like a meteor deep into the forest, rocketing through the trees. Edward disappears after it.
That has to be a home run.
Edward's very fast.
Rosalie darts around the bases, almost a blur. Edward races out of the forest with the ball and whips it to home plate. Whap! Esme catches it in a millisecond before Rosalie slides in.
You're out?
Esme nods, amazed. Bella watches as Dr. Cullen hits a line drive. Edward and Emmett race for the catch, diving 15 feet and colliding with such might that it sounds like enormous boulders falling. They miss the ball. Dr. Cullen is safe. Jasper whacks the next pitch deep into the forest, but before Edward can chase it, Alice suddenly gasps.
Oh, not me. Oh, I shouldn't have brought you here. Oh, whoops, my bad.
Oh, I lost it. Stop, I didn't see them.
They all stop. Edward is immediately at Bella's side. The family instantly gathers at home plate.
They're traveling so quickly.
Said they left the county.
They did, but then they heard us and changed their minds.
Put your hair down.
That'll help. I could smell her from across the field.
Edward ignores Rosalie as he arranges Bella's hair.
I shouldn't have brought you here. I'm so sorry.
She'd ask why, but suddenly they all turn as one toward the edge of the forest. There's a faint rustle. Then James, Victoria, and Laurent emerge. As they near, Bella sees their bare feet. Then the deep burgundy of their eyes. Laurent holds up the baseball.
I believe this belongs to you.
He tosses the ball. His casual toss is still blindingly fast. To Dr. Cullen, who easily catches it and smiles politely. Dr. Cullen?
Cullen?
Dr. Cullen?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Hey. Could you use 3 more players?
Of course.
I'm Laurent. This is Victoria and James.
Would you like to bat first?
Laurent picks up a bat. The Cullens take the field. Dr. Cullen is catcher. Edward is on first, with Bella behind him, near the Jeep. Bella sees that Edward's eyes are locked onto James. Laurent is at bat first.
I'm afraid your hunting activities have caused something of a mess for us.
Our apologies. We didn't realize the territory had been claimed.
Yes, we maintain a permanent residency.
The 3 newcomers exchange a look of surprise.
Really? Well, we won't be a problem anymore.
The humans were tracking us, but we led them east.
Jasper pitches the ball. Laurent slams it, but Alice is up a tree in a flash, and the ball slams into Alice's hands with a thwop. Laurent is pissed, but James smiles over so slightly, delighted at the discovery of worthy opponents. James is up next, and he power slams it with amazing force. He runs past first, past Edward, past Bella, close on Bella. In slow motion, as the wind from the ball ruffles her hair, carrying her scent, which floats to James, who suddenly screeches to a halt. His head whips around her, and he lurches into a crouch, his nostrils flaring excitedly, eyes locked on Bella.
You brought a snack.
Edward springs in front of Bella, baring his teeth. A truly menacing feral snarl rips from his throat. James growls back. Overhead shot in a flash. The Cullens rush into positions behind Edward. Laurent and Victoria line up behind James.
The girl is with us.
We won't hurt her.
Just try it.
I think it's best you leave.
Yes, I can see the game is over. We'll go now. James?
But James' eyes don't leave Edward's. Laurent puts a hand on James' shoulder, and finally James backs into the woods with his cohorts, disappearing. Once they're gone, Esme immediately gathers up the bats.
Get Bella out of here. We'll follow them.
Dr. Cullen, Jasper, and a resentful Rosalie race off after the 3 vampires. Edward scoops Bella up as we smash to exterior baseball field on the Jeep, late twilight. Edward whips Bella into the Jeep and straps her in.
James is a tracker. I saw his mind. The hunt is his obsession, and my reaction set him off.
The tires spin as Edward whips the Jeep around.
We're a large clan of strong fighters, all protecting one vulnerable human. I just made this his most exciting game ever.
Bella blanches with the dawning realization of what she has just wrought up on them all as the Jeep careens down the dirt mountain road, a jolting, death-defying ride, splashing through creeks until they reach exterior mountain road. The Jeep speeds wildly down the road.
The first place he'll go is your house. He'll track your scent there.
What? Charlie's there. He's in danger because of me. Because of us.
And we'll lead the tracker away from him, somehow.
He angrily whips around a bend, mud flying. We are in Charlie's house living room night. Charlie watches a baseball game on TV as the door suddenly bursts open to reveal Bella, crying, and Edward, devastated.
I said, leave me alone.
Bella, don't do this. Just think about it, please.
Get out. It's over.
She slams the door. Charlie has risen, baffled, concerned.
Bella, what happened?
I have to get out of this place. Out of Forks. I'm leaving. Now.
Bella runs upstairs. Charlie hurries after her. Interior Bella's room. Night. Bella slams the door behind her. At reveal, Edward's already there, pulling things from her drawers and shoving them into a duffel faster than humanly possible. Bella leans against the door.
I can't hurt him.
Edward gives her a look. You have to. There's a knock. Intercut Charlie on the other side. It's agony for both of them.
Bells? Did he hurt you?
No, Dad.
Then what? Did he break up with you?
I broke up with him.
I thought you liked him.
That's why I have to leave. I don't want this. I want to go home.
Edward.
I'll be in the truck.
And he disappears out the window. Bella gathers strength to continue her performance. She opens the door to reveal Charlie. He follows as she carries her duffel and truck keys into interior Charlie's house. Stairs, continuous, nighttime. Bella charges down the stairs. Charlie follows.
Your mother's not even in Phoenix.
She'll come home. I'll call her from the road.
You can't drive home now. I'll take you to the airport in the morning.
I want to drive. I need time to think. I'll pull into a motel in a few hours, I promise.
She heads down the stairs. Charlie follows. Living room, continuous. Bella reaches the ground floor with Charlie on her heels. She's almost to the door, but Charlie blocks her.
Bells, I know I'm not much, but I can change that. We can do more things together.
She takes a breath, hating herself for what she's about to say.
Like watch more baseball on the flat screen, go to the coffee shop, same people, same steak, same berry cobbler every night. That's you, Dad. Not me.
This hits Charlie hard. She can barely stand it, heads down the stairs as he takes a second to recover.
Bella, I just got you back.
Which breaks Bella's heart and forces her to deliver the final blow.
If I don't get out now, I'm gonna get stuck here like Mom did.
Charlie is stunned, wounded. She takes advantage of his shock, pushing past him out the door, and we are exterior Charlie's house, nighttime. Bella exits, heads to her truck. Fresh tears spring to her eyes. Angle on the woods, trees, branches, and a pair of deadly eyes. James. He watches from a distance as Bella pulls out. The truck moves off, and so does James, leaving Charlie alone with his pain, staring out the window. Interior Bella's truck, nighttime. Bella drives, wiping tears away. Suddenly, Edward is outside the car, near Bella's window.
I'll forgive you. Slide over.
Bella slides over to the passenger side as Edward opens the door, sliding in and takes the wheel. Bella slumps.
His face. He said the same words my mother used when she left him.
It was the only way he'd let you go.
Edward floors it.
Your father's safe now, Bella. The tracker is following us.
Suddenly, boom! A dark figure leaps onto the bed of the truck. Bella screams.
Ah!
It's all right. It's just Emmett. Alice is in the car behind us.
She catches her breath. Whew! It kills him to see her so frightened. She looks out the window as they drive through town. Bella's POV, exterior Forks coffee shop, night. A small, insulated town passes by in slow motion. Inside, we see Mike, Jessica, Eric, and Angela laughing, flirting, innocent, hopeful. Exterior Cullen house, night. Edward, Emmett, and Alice rush Bella from the truck to the house, but freeze when the door opens and Laurent exits. They immediately take defensive positions, but Dr. Cullen appears.
He came to warn us about James.
They back down slightly. Laurent addresses Dr. Cullen.
I've grown tired of his games, but he's got unparalleled senses. Apparently lethal. I've never seen anything like it in 300 years. And the woman, Victoria, will back him. Don't underestimate her.
Dr. Cullen nods, thanks. Laurent looks at Edward, apologetic.
I'm truly sorry for what's been unleashed here.
And he moves off, disappearing into the woods. Interior Cullen house, 4-car garage, nighttime. The side door bursts open as Edward and the Cullens enter, followed by Bella. The lights flip on to reveal a pristine garage, the Volvo, the red BMW, a black Mercedes sedan, an SUV. But everyone but Rosalie springs into action, opening cupboards for supplies, cell phone, extra batteries, maps, portable GPS units, changes of clothes, cans of gasoline, etc. They load up the vehicles.
I've had to fight our kind before. We're hard to kill.
Not impossible. We'll tear him up.
We'll rip him apart with our hands, then burn the pieces!
I don't relish killing another creature, even a sadistic one like James.
He doesn't get to one of us first.
This is insane. You can't put yourselves in danger like this. For me?
Like,
Edward shoots Rosalie a look, but he grabs 2 sets of keys off a hook, throwing one set lightning fast to Dr. Cullen.
I'll run Bella south while you lead the tracker away.
No, Edward. The tracker thinks you won't leave Bella. He'll follow you.
I'll go with Bella. Jasper and I will drive her south. I'll keep her safe, Edward.
Edward agonizes, frustrated. Alice steps forward.
Can you keep your thoughts to yourself?
She nods, an unspoken agreement. Edward finally surrenders his keys to Alice. Then he opens one of Bella's suitcases, pulling out clothes, tossing them too.
Esme, Rosalie, put these on so the tracker will pick up Bella's scent.
why should I? What is she to me? Just a danger you've inflicted on us.
Rosalie! Bella is with Edward. She's a part of this family now, and we protect our family.
She glowers and picks up the clothes. Dr. Cullen hits the door opener and the massive metal doors roll open. Dr. Cullen squeezes Edward's shoulders before he and Esme climb into the SUV. Everyone finishes loading up, climbing in cars. Amid this, Edward and Bella take a moment together.
Any of you get hurt because of me?
We won't. There are 5 of us, 2 of them. When it's done, I'll come and get you.
He pulls her closer, looking into her eyes.
You're my life now.
They drink each other in, possibly for the last time. As the SUV peels out, wiping the frame, we are exterior Highway Pacific Northwest, dawn. The sun begins to rise on the empty road as a sleek black Mercedes sedan with dark-tinted windows blasts through frame. Interior Mercedes, same time. Jasper drives, Alice in the passenger seat. Bella's in the back, her eyes red from crying. She talks on her cell phone.
Mom, it's me again. You must have let your phone die. Anyway, I'm not in Forks anymore, but I'm okay. I'll explain when you call.
She hangs up, then faces back out the window, watching the green, misty Olympic Peninsula speed past. Off Bella's face, a series of dissolves throughout the day, then the night. Show us the landscape as it changes from dark green forest to stretches of grassy hillsides to drier, browner surroundings until night falls and lights flash by us. Finally, we land in exterior forest Olympic Peninsula day. Trees blow past us at a blinding speed as we track Edward, Rosalie, and Emmett, who dart in and out of frame, blasting through the misty woods. Edward, the fastest, in the lead. Edward stops, trying to read his enemy's thoughts. Rosalie tears a tiny swatch of her shirt, leaves it on a flowering maple tree, and then they're gone. Exterior, another part of the woods, day. Esme and Dr. Cullen crouch atop a hill, looking down at the river. In the distance below, they see their POV on the lake. Victoria jogs into view. She then looks in their direction. Once Dr. Cullen and Esme are assured she had their scent, they continue over the hill's crest. Exterior forest Olympic Peninsula day. James blasts past the flowering maple and stops, backtracks to the tree, finds the tiny swatch of fabric. He starts off again, but stops, smells the fabric. Something's not right. He runs back into the opposite direction. Uh-oh. Smashed to interior Scottsdale Hotel bedroom late afternoon. On Bella's face, her eyes pop open. She's lying atop a bed, fully clothed. She rises, reorienting. In the hotel living room, the blinds are pulled. Alice and Jasper stare blankly at a TV set. Several plates of food crowd a table. Alice looks up as Bella enters, looking at her cell phone.
I wish he'd call.
You should eat.
But Bella ignores the food. She sits heavily.
They could get hurt. It's not worth it.
Yes, it is.
She's taken aback. It's the first time he's engaged with her.
Edward's changed since he found you, and none of us want to look into his eyes for the next 100 years if he loses you. It's worth it.
Suddenly, Alice reels. Jasper goes to her. Bella follows.
What do you see?
The tracker. He's just changed course.
Jasper quickly sets a pad of paper and pencil in front of her.
Well, where will it take him, Alice?
Push in on Alice's face as we flash pop to James, a disorienting vision of him standing in a room full of
mirrors. It's a room of mirrors.
Alice begins to draw at hyperspeed, closing her eyes, trying to see it clearly.
How do the visions work? Edward said they weren't always certain.
She sees the course people are on while they're on it. If they change their minds, the visions change.
Bella looks over Alice's shoulder to see the drawing.
So the course James is on now will lead him to a ballet studio?
You've been here?
No, I don't know. I used to take ballet lessons as a kid. The school had an arch like that.
Was your school here in Phoenix?
Yeah, around the corner from my house, but I haven't been there in 10 years.
Do you have any reason to go back now?
No. No. Hell no. I hated the place.
Alice and Jasper share a look, trying to figure this out. Suddenly, Bella jumps as her cell phone rings. She picks it up, sees the call ID, and exhales a relief. She answers.
Edward, are you all right?
Intercut with interior Jeep, exterior Washington Road, daytime. Dr. Cullen drives the Jeep fast, Emmett in the back, Edward in the passenger seat on his cell phone.
Coming to get you. We lost the tracker. The woman is still in the area. Rosalie and Esme are protecting your father.
This is my fault. You warned me, but I didn't think. I just...
Bella, we're in too deep. We can't change how we feel.
No, we can't. When will you get here?
In a couple of hours. Then you and I will go somewhere together. The others will keep hunting. Bella, I swear to you, I'll do whatever it takes to make you safe again.
Off Bella, her eyes welling. Exterior Scottsdale Hotel, daytime. We see Alice in the lobby settling the bill. Jasper loads up the car out front. Interior Scottsdale Hotel bedroom, daytime. Bella gathers her things and her phone rings again. Insert caller ID. It reads, home. Bella answers.
Mom, I'm so glad you got my...
Bella? Bella, where are you?
Calm down, Mom. Everything is fine, okay? I'll explain everything.
We hear rustling on the line, as if Rene dropped the phone.
Mom, are you there?
Then Bella hears a voice that sends a chill down her spine.
Nice house you have here. Not the best on the block, but comfortable.
Interior Rene's house, Phoenix, daytime. Very close on James. Very close on James. His sinister eyes and vicious smile.
I was prepared to wait for you. But then Mom came home after she received a very worried call from your dad. It all worked out quite well.
Bella's eyes are wild with fear.
I must say, Forks High School doesn't protect its students' privacy very well. It was just too easy for Victoria to find your previous address.
Bella? Bella!
You leave my mother out of this!
You're protective of her. That's nice. You can still save her, but you'll need to get away from your friends. Can you do that?
I don't think so.
If your mother's life depends on it?
Bella's terrified, but there's no choice here.
Where should I meet you?
James grins as he fingers a photo of Bella that's attached to the refrigerator with a magnet. It's the same photo Charlie has of her, age 7, and in a tutu, sitting on the floor.
The old ballet studio around the corner. And I'll know if you bring anyone along. Poor Mommy would pay the price for that mistake. She smells like you. Delicious.
Stay on Bella as she hangs up. Panicked, she starts flinging open drawers, searching for a weapon, a pen, a sewing kit. Useless. Then she remembers her purse. She dumps out the contents and finds the pepper spray Charlie gave her. She clings to it, her only protection now. Interior, exterior Scottsdale Hotel, Twilight, driving. Bella walks through the lobby, scanning for Jasper and Alice. She spots them outside under the porte-cochere, loading the Mercedes deep in a heated discussion. She slips out the opposite door. rushes toward a taxi and jumps in, closes the door. The driver is an elderly woman with a hacking cough.
8th and Palo Verde, please.
The taxi pulls out. Bella watches the hotel disappear, off her face in the rear window.
I've never given much thought to how I would die.
Exterior Scottsdale Hotel night, Bella's POV. Once again, we see the polished walls, the manicured cactus gardens, all empty for the night.
But dying in the place of someone I love seems like a good way to go.
And we are going to take our 2-minute break for peeing, etc. And we are going to come right back.
That's where this movie started. On the edge of my seat right now. Oh my gosh.
Amazing, James. That was woof.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Such
god.
a good James.
Yes.
That was a great James. You look just like him too.
You do, yeah.
I watched like a clip of it this morning because I don't remember this at all. So I was like, I need something. And the actor, everything he does in anything I've ever seen him in, he's always like this.
Yeah.
Who is the actor?
He's the same guy who's like the love interest in Burlesque. I don't know his name though.
Yeah, Cam something. He was in the OC for a bit.
He was.
I have never seen any of this.
He's
never
a squinter.
Very intense.
Yes. In Burlesque, he gets to wear some guy liner. It's great.
Wow.
Ooh, and this too, doesn't he?
Probably.
Burb.
Yeah, Burb was screaming, so I took Burb out.
Burb! Fuck you, Burb!
Hello.
I'm also a little disappointed because I definitely thought this was the movie with the motorcycle scene, and that's
the motorcycle! I forgot the motorcycle!
Oh yeah. No, that's when
that's
she's
the next
facing
one.
his voice.
Yes.
In the next one.
With Jacob when she like
Gets hot, gets a motorcycle.
hot, he cuts all of his hair and like she like is in the garage with him and he's like fixing up his motorcycle.
Oh my fucking. And then he smells like cedar wood or something.
I don't know. And then he like lets her try and ride it and she like almost crashes and gets
Edward
hurt.
gets mad.
And that's where the Team Jacob, Team Edwards.
Can we just do all of them? Let's do all of them. Not tonight.
I'm stuck on the whole part that the vampires don't have blood, so there are going to be serious mechanical issues.
No, because they have venom in their veins. So it just takes the place of blood. So everything functions fine. And that is canon. If you look it up, that is like actually part of the,
No.
Yeah.
So they're like symbiotes? Is that what they are?
I don't know. They're vampires.
Yeah.
But it's not canon in like all vampire legend.
No. It's like Stephenie Meyer vampires.
Yeah, because she had to make a Mormon and
have
ridiculous.
sex. That's hilarious.
In regular vampire fiction, you just have to drink blood before you do it. Makes sense.
Oh.
Sense.
Great.
I'm reading the freaking chat right now. It's great. Okay, is everyone back?
Darren's just peeing.
Okay. What you know about eating?
My God, yeah, the fact that they're like, you are my forever, and it's like you've known each other for like 2 months. Chill out.
Also, like, why does Bella love seafood?
Right?
She's like obsessed with seafood.
In the book,
Love the
isn't
water.
she a vegetarian?
I don't know. So like isn't maybe she's obsessed with seafood because Arizona is a desert and the seafood's not very fresh there. So now she's in the Pacific Northwest and taking advantage.
Smell so good.
Or she's just
No, it
trying
does not smell good.
Well, fishy.
She smells better after consuming all of that fish.
Also, you can be very sustained on tofu.
Yeah. Fuck that noise.
Fine.
It's a very like joke someone would say 12 years ago.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. The map quest, I was like, what the fuck is the map?
The map
I
quest?
forgot about that.
Oh my God, when you like print out all the directions.
Yeah.
It's great.
Or you had iPhones and you didn't have a bus app, so you just like.
And I have to say, the forest meadow scene, the commitment between the two of you was incredible.
That tension was so real.
So real.
Was it palpable?
It was. It was. I was like, I was like fucking sweating. I was like, what's going on?
I've always wanted to say, with extreme commitment, as if you could outrun me.
Yes.
Yeah.
The heroine line is my favorite.
You're my own personal.
Oh yeah,
personal. Maybe actually, like, I respect the movie a lot. Okay, but
I want that tattooed.
But I respect the actors even more having actually read this and trying to commit to it.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah,
they did a good job
considering.
I want to see like director's cuts where someone just pauses and is like, "Who wrote this?"
Commentary.
Screenwriting too is so bad. It's like, oh, we see that guy Waylon or whatever, and they have to like reference back to who he was before. Like they should just know who the character is. Like you've already introduced this character.
Writer, like my very being, every time like something like that happened, I was just like crumbling inside, being like, the edits.
Okay, we're gonna start again as soon as NIKKI is out. She's back. Great.
NIKKI's back.
Okay, well,
all right, here we go. So who needs to leave really quick here?
I gotta leave at 2:45 at the latest.
I gotta go ASAP whenever we're done because I work at 4.
Okay, so you guys just leave when you need to leave, and if you have lines, we'll have someone else read them.
Mm-hmm. I just got pushed back to 5, so we're good.
Okay, here we go. We are back from break, everybody. We are exterior Mimi's School of Dance. Nighttime, Bella climbs out of the taxi, pulls away, leaving her on the curb facing the deserted building. Bella twirls her mother's ring around her finger, then reaches for the pepper spray.
I can't bring myself to regret the decisions that brought me face to face with death. They also brought me to Edward.
She slips the pepper spray into her jeans pocket. She wraps her purse strap around her wrist. She takes a deep breath, approaches the school, peers in the window. The blinds are drawn, but from inside, we hear a faint sound.
Bella, Bella.
It's time. Bella goes to the front door. It's unlocked. Interior Mimi School of Dance, studio night. Bella cautiously enters this grand, empty room of mirrors. A ballet bar wraps around the walls.
Bella, where are you?
Bella whirls, trying to find its source. She follows the sound to a cleaning supply closet. She throws open her door to find a TV. On screen, a video plays. Bella, age 7, hides in the very closet the TV is in now. Little Bella looks up at us.
Don't you want to dance, baby?
Little Bella shakes her head stubbornly. The frame jiggles as Rene hands someone the camera. Rene, 10 years younger, appears on screen and kneels next to Bella.
Everyone makes fun of me.
But you're a wonderful dancer.
Mom, I suck.
Laughter behind Bella. She spins, trying to locate James in the mirrors.
Shit, I lost my line now.
Wrong and strong, wrong and strong. That's the way we like it.
All right. That's my favorite part. Stubborn child, weren't you?
Bella's face flushes with rage and relief.
He's not here.
Sorry, but you really made it too easy.
Visible in the mirror, he sighs, disappointed. Then he steps up next to her and points a video camera at Bella.
So, to make things more entertaining, I'm going to make a little film of our time together. Borrowed this from your house. Hope you don't mind. And action.
Bella flings her purse at him and runs for the door.
Excellent. An escape attempt.
Suddenly, he's right behind her. She freezes.
It'll break little Edward's heart.
He smells her hair, touches her throat.
Edward has nothing to do with this.
He will. His rage will make for more interesting sport. His feeble attempt to protect you.
He's having too much fun to notice. The pepper sprays in her hand. She spins around and sprays him. Then she runs as James reels back briefly, but he leaps over her and lands right in front of her. Amused, he flings her across the floor like a bowling ball. She smashes hard into a mirrored column. James captures it on film.
Beautiful. Very visually dynamic. I chose my stage well.
He advances toward her.
Still stubborn, aren't you? Is that what makes you special? Because frankly, I don't see it.
He inhales as if he can taste her already.
Too bad he didn't have the strength to turn you. Instead, he kept you this fragile little human. It's cruel, really.
James flips on the camera, but the lens is coated with pepper spray. He tries to wipe it off.
Well done. You've succeeded in annoying me.
He stomps on her shin. Hear her tibia snap. Bella screams in agony.
Tell Edward how much it hurts.
Abruptly, the camera is in her face.
Tell him to avenge you.
No, Edward, don't.
Hold on. James inhales as her blood pools. He leans in, hungry. Bella, half-conscious, watches him turn the camera on his own face. Video camera's POV. Extreme close-up on James' face.
And cut! The end.
Suddenly, James is knocked out of frame. He rises to find himself face to face with Edward. James charges Edward. James charges Edward, forcing him against a column.
Oh, it's you.
Oh. You're alone because you're not faster than the others, but not stronger.
James smashes Edward's face into the mirror until it cracks.
I'm strong enough to kill you.
Edward flings James backwards, smashing through a free-standing mirror into the doorway. He scoops Bella up and leaps towards the balcony exit door when suddenly he and Bella are jerked downwards. James yanks Edward violently onto the floor, knocking Bella out of his arms as James flings Edward up into the top window, embedding him in the casement and breaks. James crouches beside Bella. He grabs her hand, looking directly at Edward with a sinister grin. He sinks his teeth into Bella's hand. She screams in agony. Edward's rage erupts. He climbs out of the window casement and suicide dive bombs James, savagely plowing him through the floorboards. On Bella, as the venom travels through her veins, Bella's POV, dark figures twist and fight in and out of focus. Her eyes suddenly pop open to see the explosive, raw reality of James kicking Edward, delivering death blow, when suddenly Edward's hand shoots up and grabs James' ankle. Edward roars up to his feet and swings James around like a baseball bat, smashing him into mirror after mirror. James is battered, beaten. Bella moans, and the sound of her pain slices through Edward. In an animalistic fury, Edward bites off a piece of James' flesh. Whip pan from Bella's horrified face to Dr. Cullen, now standing beside Edward, placing a hand on his son's shoulder. Edward turns to see his father, and Emmett, Jasper, and Alice dropping down. Edward's expression changes, and he realizes he's gone too far. He backs off as his siblings crouch into attack mode and lunge at James like a pack of animals. Dr. Cullen rushes to the injured Bella, who screams again in pain. Edward dashes toward her. In Bella's POV, on the three Cullen siblings going in and out of focus, it almost looks like a tribal dance as they rip out the floorboards and build a fire. It's like a funeral pyre as they rip James apart, throwing limbs into the fire. Back on Bella as Edward reaches her side, Dr. Cullen works fast to assess her wounds, focusing on a massive bleed from her leg, but clearly her hand hurts the most. She writhes in pain. Intercut with Bella's disoriented POV with the chaotic reality, Dr. Cullen applies pressure to the gash on her thigh.
Her femoral artery's been severed. She's losing too much blood.
It's on fire! My hand!
Venom.
You have to make a choice. Either let the change happen.
No!
Bella's POV, Alice appears behind Edward, fuzzy, indistinct.
It's going to happen. I've seen it.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Alice, find me a tourniquet, a rag, a shirt.
Alice holds her nose and avoids the blood as she rips the sleeve off her blouse and kneels to aid Dr. Cullen.
Burning!
What's the other choice? You said...
Tighter, above the knee.
Carlisle!
You can try and suck the venom out.
I won't be able to stop.
Find the will to stop, but choose. She only has minutes left.
Edward looks down at Bella, thrashing in pain. Finally, Edward takes her hand. She tries to pull it away.
It's all right, Bella. I'll make it go away.
He looks at her hand and starts to suck the venom from her hand. They never take their eyes off one another, the connection palpable, intense, close on Bella's eyes, wild with pain but subsiding, close on Edward's eyes. The frenzy has begun. He sucks harder, hungrily, anguished. He wants to stop, but can't. Dr. Cullen's voice sounds miles away.
Stop! Her blood is clean. You're killing her.
But the bloodlust is too strong. He is killing her. Bella looks at him forgivingly as she begins to lose consciousness. Bella's POV on Edward growing blurry. He disappears into the blinding light. It's as if she's underwater, like in her dream. Bella?
Oh, sorry, death is peaceful. Easy.
Bella starts to float away. We're losing her. Suddenly from the darkness, Edward reaches out a hand. A brilliant light flares. Bella's face appears in the whiteness. Eyes closed, but they slowly open. She squints at the light.
Life is harder.
An oxygen tube rests under her nose. She reaches for it, confused. A hand stops her as her surroundings come into focus.
You're awake. Baby, you're okay.
Interior hospital room day. Bella lies in a hospital bed, bandaged leg in a cast, in bad shape. Rene hovers over her, tears in her eyes. On the dresser, see get well cards and a photo montage of her friends from Forks.
Edward? Where's Edward?
He's asleep.
She nods across the room to a chair in which Edward sleeps.
He never leaves. And your dad's down in the cafeteria.
What happened?
Baby, you fell down 2 flights of stairs and through a window.
Bella is drawing a blank, confused. Rene jogs her memory.
Edward came here to convince you to come back to Forks. His father brought him down. You went to their hotel, but you tripped down the stairs.
A moment, then Bella realizes it's a cover story. She nods.
Sounds like me.
Renee's cell phone beeps. She opens it, reads the text, starts typing in her reply.
It's Phil. He's worried about you.
You're texting.
I told him to stay in Florida. The Sun signed him.
That's great, Mom.
Jacksonville is Jacksonville is always sunny. You'll have your own bathroom.
Wait. I want to live in Forks. I have Dad.
What?
And friends.
And he's there.
Bella shrugs, conceding the truth.
Charlie doesn't like him. Blames him for you leaving.
What do you think?
I think that boy is in love with you.
Bella smiles. Rene grins. Bella glances at Edward.
Mom, would you mind getting Dad? I want to talk to him. Apologize.
I'm sure he doesn't care about that baby, but I'll go get him.
Rene kisses Bella's forehead, exits. Bella watches her go, the door shutting behind her. Bella turns back to find Edward standing next to her with deep concern. Her eyes well. He kisses her forehead soothingly.
James, did you... You did.
We took care of him.
She closes her eyes with relief, then looks at him.
I'm alive because of you.
You're in here because of me.
Her wounds cause him pain. He strokes her face.
The worst of it was thinking I couldn't stop.
You did.
Bella, you should go to Jacksonville, where I can't hurt you anymore.
What? No, I want to be with you. I don't want to.
It's all right. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm right here.
He wraps an arm around her. As she curls up in his arms, we dissolve into exterior Forks, Washington late afternoon. An aerial sweep over the lush green forests. We're back in the misty, damp beauty of the Pacific Northwest. Exterior Charlie's house, beautiful late afternoon, beautiful. At a picnic table, Charlie cleans a fish with a big knife. Edward waits awkwardly near his Volvo, dressed in an elegant suit. But even calm Edward is unnerved by Charlie's glare. The front door opens and they look up to see Bella, framed in the doorway in a stunning long dress. Edward is enchanted. Bella descends the steps with difficulty due to her light cast. Charlie edges out Edward to help her down.
Alice lent me the dress. It was the only thing that would fit over my cast. Is it too...
You're perfect. I'll take good care of her, Chief.
Heard that before.
Edward moves to open the car door. Charlie holds Bella back.
Hey, put some new pepper spray in your bag.
Dad.
And you look beautiful.
Father and daughter share a smile.
Oh.
Exterior, interior mansion, viewpoint in Twilight. Edward's Volvo pulls up to this lovely inn. He helps Bella out of the car and begins to guide her through the dining room. Mr. Molina and other teachers are there. We may notice the back of a redhead mingling with the chaperones.
I can't believe you're making me do this.
He just grins. Edward guides her around a corner to exterior mansion backyard, continuous Twilight. The prom, Monte Carlo style. Gaming tables and roulette wheels, guys in tuxes and girls in gowns gamble for prizes, dance, and socialize.
You really are trying to kill me.
Prom is an important rite of passage. I don't want you to miss anything.
She can't be mad at him, just shakes her head affectionately. They continue into the prom. Several heads turn. Bella sees the dance floor, where a gap is formed. In the middle, two couples roll gracefully. It's Alice and Jasper. Rosalie and Emmett, looking absolutely stunning. Rosalie glances over. Indifference has replaced fury. But Alice waves brightly. Bella returns it with a smile as we hear a crossfade into the next track. Bella's POV, the DJ booth. It's Eric at the turntables, making the room bounce. Next to him, Angela wears the headphones, flipping through a stack of vinyl. They nod at Bella, who shoots them a smile when a flashbulb gets her attention. Photographer station. Mike and Jessica stand in front of an Aston Martin cutout. Bella catches their eye. Mike does his best James Bond impersonation. Jessica poses like pussy galore. Edward smirks, then turns to Bella.
Oh, shall we?
You're serious?
He doesn't wait for an answer, more or less carries her to the dance floor, then places her feet atop his own and starts to move. She actually begins to enjoy it.
See, you're dancing.
Prom.
The average person spends
He,
72.
as they dance, she feels his grace, his strength, becomes thoughtful. Finally, she looks at him.
Edward, why did you save me? If you'd let the venom spread, I could have been like you by now.
You don't know what you're saying. You don't want this.
I want you. Always.
I won't end your life for you.
He keeps dancing, slowly, hoping his was the last word.
I'm dying anyway. Every minute, I get closer, older.
That's how it's supposed to happen.
Not the way Alice saw it. I heard her. She saw me like you.
Her visions change, Bella.
Based on what someone decides, and I've decided.
Is that what you dream about? Becoming a monster?
I dream about being with you forever.
You really want this?
Yes.
He lowers his lips to her neck. One bite is all it would take.
You're ready right now?
Yes. His lips hover over her skin, a long beat. Then he presses his lips to her throat. Not a bite, a kiss. He looks at her.
You're gonna have a long and happy life with me. Isn't that enough?
She looks at him and finally smiles.
For now.
They whirl around, gliding up on his grace, never looking away from one another as we crane up on them in each other's arms.
No one will surrender tonight, but I won't give in. I know what I want.
Continue up and back on the dance floor. We realize someone's watching it, looking down from the window of a second-floor hotel room in the inn. The music wafting up from the echoes, pull back to reveal Victoria. Turning from the window, she's stylishly dressed now, but seething, a low, sinister snarl in the back of her throat, pushing fast on her face and into her burgundy eyes filled with vengeance as we smash to black. And that's the end, y'all.
Wow.
Boom. There we go.
Woo. How dramatic.
What
I
a
know.
cliffhanger.
Wow.
Woohoo!
So guess we're gonna have to do round 2.
Yeah.
New moon.
Yay! That was so good, y'all. Thank you.